WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Before we begin the proceedings on this busy Tuesday in New York sports, I now want to inform everybody if we're sitting or standing for the show. Yesterday we sat for the first time in 6 months. Today we're standing, and I want to explain why. I asked Tiki Barber the same way teams will ask the starting pitcher what jersey they want to wear, or if they want the dome open. I said, Tiki, you want to sit or stand? And he looked at me and he said, we're standing, bitch.
We're standing, because yesterday I got up after 4 hours of sitting and my knees were aching. I felt 51. Wow. I don't feel 51 when we stand.
See?
Because I can always just move.
Well, I made a decision late last night that whoever I'm doing the show with that particular day, most of the time you, but obviously it's the summer, I will ask the co-host, what do you want to do? And so today I asked Tiki. He's in a standing mood. Sean, I know there will be days throughout the summer where it's me and you. I will ask you the same question.
You don't have to ask.
Why?
We will be sitting.
Well, I do have a question for both of you, because last night as I'm watching the baseball, obviously the Mets suck. Maybe more on that later, but certainly more on Carlos Beltran and what he had to say.
How about that stellar game from Freddy Peralta?
Yeah.
Going back home.
Yeah, more on that in a few minutes as well. Yes.
I told you.
I was incorrect that Freddie would have his best game as a Met. We'll discuss that in a little bit. But the Yankees gave you at least an entertaining game, a game that you're not used to, because they scored a lot of runs and they blew the lead, then they took the lead, blew the lead, and eventually they hold on. They beat the Pirates 8-5. But the star of the game was Jazz Chisholm. And Jazz Chisholm, to me, is a very fascinating figure right now. We learned after the game that his teammates tell him he's the best in the world as a way to inspire him. So anyone who takes that literal, calm down, okay? No one is suggesting that Jazz Chisholm is the best in the world. It's more of a confidence booster for him. But here's what's fascinating about Jazz to me. I think he's a really good baseball player who's had a bad year. I think he's really important to the Yankees' success. But right now, as we sit here less than 2 weeks before the trade deadline, there's a chance the Yankees move him. There's a chance that Brian Cashman views him as a player they're not going to re-sign, feels like Luis Arraez is an upgrade and a very different player. And so there's a scenario where Jazz Chisholm isn't a Yankee on August 4th. There's also a scenario where most Yankee fans talk up Luis Arraez as a guy they have to add.
Yes.
Well, does that mean Jazz Chisholm is changing positions?
Right, because Luis Arraez can't play anywhere else other than second base. At least without sacrificing some defensive proficiency. So yeah, either moving Jazz to third or somewhere else or the outfield, or you're trading him.
And, I'll just speak for myself, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, Sean's thoughts, and obviously we'll talk to you throughout the day, 888-808-1019. As flawed of a player as Jazz Chisholm is, I want him on the New York Yankees for the final few months of this season.
Absolutely.
We'll talk offseason when we get to offseason. I'm talking about the right now. I'm talking about the August, September, and October. Despite how infuriating he can be at times to watch because of his inconsistency, I still think he's got the magic in his bat, and he's not a guy I want to move on from before August 3rd.
Yeah, I don't think that he's not the expendable type, because there are games like last night where he's going to get you multiple RBIs. He had 5 RBIs last night, and 3 straight home runs if you go back to the game winner the night before. And so Jazz has this pop ability that you don't have in this lineup consistently enough, other than Ben Rice. But Jazz Chisholm is a fun player. He brings energy. Now, I think the problem and why they have to constantly encourage him is because he probably also has the opposite of that. Like that real big explosive energy that lifts the room. He can also be the other side.
Right.
And that's sometimes detrimental when everybody is in that kind of state. And so what you really need is Jazz to be that ridiculous, bubbly, fun player all the time. Even when he's not playing well, you need that out of him. I don't think you get it out of him. Well, it's why you're starting to hear players, Aaron Judge and others, Volpe, saying, you're the best, man. I'm encouraging you. Look in that mirror and tell yourself you're amazing. Sometimes you have to fake it. Like the genuine enthusiasm thing, the John Gruden thing, sometimes you got to fake it.
What you're laying out, and it's interesting, is why I want him on this team after the trade deadline, but also why I'd pause on giving him a long-term contract.
100%.
Because Jazz Chisholm, in the time he's been here, And I remember in the weeks leading up to acquiring him, my grand prediction to you was if the Yankees or Mets at the time get Jazz Chisholm, he'll become a star in New York City. I haven't been right about that. I can't say he's been a star here, but I thought he had it in him, and I still think he does. And I think he's a very boomer bust player. And so in the final few months of his season that may not feature my best offensive players coming back, I want a player like that. Right. I want a guy who could boom for a month and maybe lead me on a crazy October run. Maybe Cody Ross the situation. Remember his run with the Giants back in 2010? You don't remember that, do you?
Of course I do.
Ah, okay. So I want him here, but I think a lot of what you said about the up and down nature is maybe why I'd hesitate on a long-term deal. But that's not for today. For today is you got 2 weeks. If you want him on the team, I don't know how Luis Arraez can also be on the team. And I think it's almost a contradiction. And on a night like last night where he was so clutch, and he was the main reason why the Yankees were able to respond and beat the Pirates last night, it's a reminder of what he can do.
Yeah, and look, the Yankees in the past in the postseason, the thing we criticize Aaron Judge for and the thing that drives you nuts is they never seem to get the big hit in the big moment. And that's what the Yankees are all about right now in October. What's going to get that done? I don't know how you've watched the Yankees through 90 whatever games this has been at this point and not look at the Yankees and go, without a doubt, the most clutch player on this team this year has been Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Really?
Really?
Ben Rice?
He's leading the league in go-ahead home runs
I
in
guess
the
when you
seventh
put it
inning
that,
or
when
later.
you put it in that context, yes. But he's also hitting 225.
He is, and this is where he's frustrating. But I will also tell you, Tiki, that when it comes through, you can't control what 3 hitters are coming up at any given point late in a game. And that bottom of the Yankee lineup has been a complete albatross all year long. And I don't want to sit there in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, and here comes, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9 up in the order, and it's 3 automatic outs if I'm down a run. I have the utmost confidence that something magical could happen if Jazz Chisholm steps up to the plate. And I don't want to surrender that when I am in desperate need of clutch hitting in October.
So I thought the same thing as you last night, and so I did a little research. I was like, my eyes tell me Jazz Chisholm has had a clutch season. That's what my eyes tell me. But I need to back it up with stats. Like, is that even true, or is that just something I'm saying? And I don't like to just spout something the way Sean does on the radio. I need to back it up.
Hold on. The Yankee broadcast tells you it basically every other game if you watch the game.
Yeah, but is it backed up by
9 of his? Or
it's all about the home runs,
10,
not the hits.
Yeah, but
10 of his 15 home runs have given the Yankees the lead.
Well, what stat is that? The stat that you're
The
guiding?
stat is the go-ahead home runs with the 7th inning or later.
Okay, so I went to also do my research to see, does this back it up? When you look at runners in scoring position stats, they're absolutely dreadful. He's a 172 hitter with a 580 OPS. When you go to 2 outs with runners in scoring position, he's a 149 hitter with a 592 OPS.
Is that all 9 innings or that 7th inning or later?
Sean, I promise you I'm not done.
No, I just want to know. I just want to know as I
We
hear
need
those
context.
words. I need the context. Is that every inning or is that 7th
That
inning or
is
later?
every single
Okay.
inning.
All right, that's
and
fine.
then as I'm reading these stats, I'm like, yeah, but still, like, I
it
know
feels like he's more impactful than that stat.
1,000%. I agree. And I hear the broadcast say that, but I needed numbers to at least back me up. And then I finally found it. High leverage spot. High leverage. 295 with a 983 OPS and 5 home runs. And how about this one? This is just simple.
How is leverage defined, by the way?
It's defined by score of the game, inning of the game.
Got it. Okay.
But that's the other thing. In the 8th and 9th inning, the guy's a beast. So the numbers are backed up in terms of the fact that it's not like he's coming through in every spot with runners in scoring position.
No.
And as we've learned by watching Juan Soto every day, not every at-bat with runners in scoring position is created equal. But you're right. Like late in games when you need him, he's responded. And so if you dive deep into the numbers, he has been clutch. And I wouldn't want to surrender that. I agree with you. I think the only part I disagree with you about, or at least I'm on pause about, is how Luis Arraez fits into this whole thing. Because if you ask most Yankee fans outside of catcher, hey, what players should they add to this lineup? Arraez is a very appealing piece because he doesn't strike out. He's so different than what the Yankees normally are. And I totally get that appeal. He's won batting titles. He never strikes out. He's the antithesis. That means the opposite, Sean, of most other guys in your lineup.
Even though it's bastardized into a word, it's really just an idea. But go ahead.
What? I don't know what you said, but I trust you. So I get the appeal of Luis Arraez. Like, I'm with you on this.
Right.
But if you want Jazz on the team, and I do too, and he's the second baseman, unless you're willing to screw around with guys out of position, which you guys bitched about for the last 3 years with the Yankees, how does Luis Arraez and Jazz Chisholm fit in the same sphere?
I will answer that. You know why we've bitched about it, Evan? We've bitched about it because they didn't have a guy who puts bat on ball like Luis Ariz when they're playing guys out of position. They're playing guys out of position for nobody else to get a big hit left and right.
That's right. And we saw this last year, right? It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago when Jazz
Jazz was at third, and it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Now they had to do
made plays too. Let's be honest.
Of course he made plays, but he wasn't an elite third baseman like he was an above average second baseman. So you needed to get him back in the position that he was best at. Now you're going to throw him in the outfield and have him just running around. They don't need him in the outfield. Well, I guess they maybe do with Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Potentially being DH only when he comes back from this upper rib injury. But still, Jazz Chisholm is a good enough second baseman, and he can be clutch. Why would you delete that from your lineup when the last thing you have other than him is Ben Rice, and he hits his home runs early?
So, no, I think we all agree, at least the three of us. I don't know if every Yankee fan agrees, but the three of us certainly agree that we don't have an interest in moving off of Jazz Chisholm.
No, thank you.
But are you willing?
I also like Jazz, by the way.
I do too.
I think he's a fun player, and I think the upside that he brings when he's excited or like dialed in it's invaluable. It's like that. It's the little glue things that matter on teams that win. You have guys like that. And if you lose that, how do you replace it? Especially with so many young players on this team right now that haven't had enough Major League Baseball experience to know how to lift an entire clubhouse.
I agree with you. I just want to know if you're willing to, because this is a change, and Sean clearly is, are you willing to play guys out of position and maybe subtract defense?
No.
Because you can add.
Not for Luis Ariz.
So not for him. Okay.
Yeah.
So then he doesn't fit.
Well, hold on. He also could fit from this standpoint.
Wow.
I don't know what you have planned on your little show here today, Evan, with your things you get
My
to.
little show here? First of all, it's our little show.
I know, but I wanted to have some fun
and
with
I
that.
said to you about an hour before the show, here's a bunch of different things we're going to hit.
Yeah.
So what, do you not pay attention anymore?
I did, but you didn't mention this, so I don't know if you had your trick up your sleeve.
What?
Again, the report yesterday on Giancarlo Stanton, not exactly encouraging that we're going to see him play baseball this year.
I know.
It seems like not.
And I know we've pointed to Aaron Judge playing DH. Again, I'm not exactly 100% sure we're going to see him play baseball again. So now tell me, what are the odds we see both Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge play baseball again, which would also tell me there's not a landing spot at DH for Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah.
Should all need that?
Out of the three options, both of them back, neither of them back, or one of them back, I would go with one of them back.
Right. And if that's the case, there's going to be at-bats for Jazz if you acquire Luis Ariz.
I think you're right in the time being, and certainly if you have a negative view on these guys coming back. Now, my view on them coming back, and I said this yesterday about Judge, and I'll certainly say it today about Giancarlo, especially after Aaron Boone basically said there's been no progress, there's no good news. I would forget he exists. I would. Like, if he comes back, great.
Not Judge. I don't think you can do that with Judge.
I would do it with both of them.
I know you should.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's really hard to do that. Giancarlo Stanton, I 100% agree. You got to, if he comes back, it's a luxury. It's a found bat in the postseason.
The reason I say forget their existence is that there's no timetable on either guy.
No, you're right.
There's a possibility both guys don't play.
There's a little one on Judge.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, we're speculating. We can speculate on Judge.
Okay.
But
we're speculating. He hasn't even started baseball activities.
But he's getting re-imaged at some point. And again, it's not favorable. You're going to get him for the last series against the Rays in at the end of September. That's likely when he's going to come back, and you hope that he has those 6 games at the end of the season to ramp himself into playoff form. Giancarlo Stanton, I'm not expecting him back this year because he gets hurt, calf injury. You don't hear anything for a month, and then he's re-hurt, but it's a different calf injury.
Yeah, and the way you may expect Giancarlo Stanton back, and this is weird and tough to say concerning somebody who's been so clutch in the postseason, but I say this because I don't know how many at-bats he's going to get.
Yes.
Is he may just come back as a right-handed bat off the bench.
Right.
He may just come back as, Ryan McMahon's my starting third baseman. Well, late in the game, I'm going for the jugular, and I'm pinch hitting.
Yes.
Or whoever my shortstop is, Jose Caballero, Anthony Volpe, don't matter. There's a couple of guys on base, big spot. Bam, I'm using my Giancarlo weapon, my catcher, assuming I don't make an upgrade. Even if I do, it may not be a big enough upgrade to not use that piece. So I think that's a scenario I use Stanton. But I do think your whole point is fair, which is assume Judge and Stanton aren't walking through that door, and so I have the DH role as a possibility for Luis Ariz or Jazz Chisholm. I think it's fair. I think it is. I want you to understand that there's a scenario where Jazz Chisholm is playing third base again, or Luis Ariz, who's barely played third base in his career, is playing third base. And so now you're back into that spot that you guys didn't like 2 years ago
of
playing guys out of position for the upgrade offensively.
I'm ready for upgrades offensively. Last year, they didn't trade for Eugenio Suarez because we were told he's a butcher at third. Ryan McMahon plays a cleaner third. I get that defense matters. You know what else matters? Not scoring 2 runs a game.
Yeah.
So give me the best offensive lineup possible.
No, I ultimately agree. Now, the question is going to be, do you trust Jazz at third base?
I mean, I
do.
I do, but like
to an extent.
Exactly. I say that knowing that not everything is going to be smooth and you're going to have some gasps. But he was competent enough to go to a World Series 2 years ago. He was.
Correct. Like, we forget that.
Yeah, and when you think about the bad Yankee fundamentals in the World Series, not a lot of Jazz at third moments poke up. It seemed to be everything else.
No, there was actually a Jazz at second last year in the deciding game against the Blue Jays.
That's right.
Remember that play?
That's right. Good points.
Yeah, it happens. I think Jazz...
So maybe he's a better third baseman then. No, I'm just kidding.
I think Jazz is a great athlete, and with a proper spring training and enough time, I think he can play anywhere.
It's going to be somebody else.
Right.
I don't think they're re-signing him.
Yeah, I don't know. Next year is such a tough thing to think about. I thought some of the points you made about Jazz are why they probably won't re-sign him. But in the terms of right now, in terms of the Yankees getting as far as they possibly can go, you need Jazz Chisholm. And you need guys who are currently here to be better. Cody Bellinger needs to be better. Ben Rice just needs to be Ben Rice. And Jazz Chisholm needs to show more of what we saw last night and what he's done in these clutch situations if the Yankees are going to go on a deep run. But either way, as much as I love pitching, I'm a big low-scoring pitchers duel game. You brought that up yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought there was something refreshing about last night's Yankee game, just watching all the offense. It was almost like you needed it. It was like a chaser because you've seen so much pitching, so much low-scoring games. You haven't seen a game like that in a long time. And credit to Ryan Weathers because he was tipping his pitches. It was obvious. You saw it. And they made a mid-game adjustment, kind of scouting out what the Pirates were doing. And so he was at least able to get slightly better and was obviously backed up by the fact that the Yankee bats exploded.
You know what last night's offense?
I mean, it was all offense in the first 3 innings, and that didn't nothing.
Yeah, but you know what it felt like, Tiki?
What's that?
Maybe this is more relatable for me and you and Les Evan. It felt like when you get invited to something that has an open bar, and you're at the open bar, and next thing you know, I could keep ordering these. It was like watching the Yankees score 8 runs last night. Was that night out at the open bar that you didn't know you needed until you leave there stumbling in a ride share home. And you're like, that was great.
That's true.
Was that a knock on me never being invited to parties or me not drinking? Which one is it?
You're just not a big drinker. Yeah. Like Tiki and I could throw them back. You have 2 and you're on a Rico going, Blue Claws.
That's a fair point.
We'll get to your calls next. Coming up, 888-808-1019. What happened between Jose Caballero and Dennis Santana? And yes, there was something I said on the radio yesterday that clearly deserves an L. We'll take a listen coming up. But right now, it's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First caller to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. You will receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan.
Hey, Evan, it was the worst of times. It was the best of times.
Charles Twain.
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
Tale of Two Cities.
Oh, that was
How
close.
about one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind?
There's no but that's Neil Armstrong.
He did say it just blurred out.
Really?
He said a man.
Yeah.
Not
And you
for
can
man.
download a One Giant Step.
By the way,
the Autoscan.
Those are antithesis. That's what it's a literary or rhetorical tool to show contradiction. That's what antithesis is. We have colloquially started to say it as a word that describes. It's the opposite of that. If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Well, now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant. Perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends at Collars & Co. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire want to remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Ray Cattina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give all clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on a black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Thinking about speeding? Think again. Don't let speeding be the reason that you or someone else doesn't make it home. Slow down and drive safely, New Jersey.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Lease for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on us. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, all in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours. Weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Yankees, we call that a win streak. 2 straight games, 8-5. Jazz Chisholm's 2 homers. We talked about it. Ryan Weathers, though, continued to remind us why he shouldn't start a playoff game ever for this team, surrendering an early 4-0 Yankee lead. The Mets did something interesting. They lost 8-3, which is odd to me as I do this Fan Focus, because I was told something yesterday about the New York Mets from our own Evan Roberts.
I'll make you this prediction. So tonight, Mets play the Brewers. Game doesn't really matter, but Freddie's on the mound. Best outing as a Met is tonight. Freddie's going to deliver.
I think I disagreed with that. I think I did.
Let's see, Tiki.
I'm going to counter your bet that this is going to be his best outing.
Well, you could counter it by saying, Evan, he sucks.
Well, no.
That's why he's going to struggle.
We said this about Cam Schlittler, that
careful.
We know that he has his best outings against the Red Sox.
Yes, he's motivated.
Because he plays with a chip on his shoulder when he plays the Red Sox. If Freddy Peralta is not playing with a chip on his shoulder, then he's not likely to have that great of an outing.
Huh.
Wow.
That's
no
fascinating.
Chip.
So
no
that
chip,
was your Fan Focus. What do you think?
700 runs. Lovely.
All right. Well,
he should have 5 and flied, and it would have only been 4.
It wouldn't have been as bad. I've got my L. I'll wear it because Freddy Peralta, as he has all season long, was a massive disappointment. And after the game, I was curious what he would say because it was another bad outing. It was against his former team. His former fans treated him very well. They cheered him before the game. They cheered him after the game, basically saying thank you. And Freddie, after the game, gave the worst possible answer. It's an honest answer, but the worst possible answer, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong as a pro athlete, the worst answer a professional athlete can give. He said, I don't know what's wrong.
Oh.
My stuff is good. I feel good. The velocity's good. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only answer you can't say. You can say my velocity is I can't locate as well as I was doing, or say we suck and my mind is not in it right now. It's better than saying I don't know.
Yeah, because then we look at it and say, and forget about me, because at this point it's a lost cause. It's more other teams that are going to trade for him are going to say, wait a second.
Right.
Even though you've got a great resume, you're pitching to a 5 ERA, and you just said you don't know why things are bad.
You know, doesn't this sound like Sean Manaea? Wasn't he saying this at the beginning of the season too?
Sean Manaea was sort of relaxing people about his velocity being down, and he turned out to be right because he sort of turned his season around.
Yeah.
So he was more calming to everybody. Freddie Peralta is basically shrugging his shoulders saying, I got nothing for you. I can't explain why I suck. And he does. And you know what I'm sick of hearing? I'm sick of this. This is bothering me. Okay? I'm sick of hearing people say, well, how could David Stearns have known? I mean, Freddie was coming off a good year. That's your job. Like,
yes.
Fair and not fair. David Stearns deserves credit for signing Juan Soto as much as people dismiss it by saying, well, it's Juan Soto, it didn't take much. No, he signed him. He gets credit. He's a hell of a ball player. Just like you get blame for trades that don't work, even if most people thought it was a no-brainer.
Yes.
It hasn't worked.
Yeah.
It's an all-time bad trade.
And I don't know how ultimately it's all going to work out with David Stearns. I don't think any of us do. But you looked at the Juan Soto.
From Milwaukee.
The man from Milwaukee. You looked at the Juan Soto thing and said, okay, he's got it right. He's going to spend money, and he's going to make this team a viable contender every single season. And then he follows it up the very next year, and every one of those you question.
Right.
Every single one of them. Luis Robert, who just came back from whatever injury he was sustained for the last month and a half, he goes 0 for 3. Freddy Peralta, who was the top pitcher potentially in free agency this offseason, looks like he's lost. And by the way, we know he's lost because he's saying, I don't know what's wrong. And it's just, I don't know how David Stearns can be one thing one day, 1 year, and then the exact opposite the next year.
I just want fairness when it comes to judging general managers. When you sign someone to a minor league deal, like Jose Iglesias, you don't expect him to become a rock star or what was the music he was doing? Salsa?
Yeah, salsa.
You don't expect him to become a pop star, a salsa star, and you don't expect him to hit 340. But I'm going to give you credit. You want to know why? You signed the player.
Yeah.
So whether you thought he was going to be great or not,
you saw something in him.
You signed him. You get an A+. Credit to you. Just like the opposite. When you trade for someone just because the pundits say it's smart and, well, Freddie's coming off a great year. How could have he expected bad things? That's not an excuse. You're still judged by the results. So all I ask for is fairness. Be fair. He deserves credit for Iglesias, even if it came out of nowhere, just like you deserve blame for making one of the worst trades this franchise has ever made. Just be fair. Now let's get to the team that actually matters, the Yankees. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Ted in Hewlett, New York. What's up, Ted?
Hey, Ted.
Hello, Ted. Tedrick going once. Let's go to Michael in Bloomfield, New Jersey. What's up, Michael?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
All's well.
Good, man. What's on your mind?
Before I get to my take, I want to apologize for cursing on the phone. I hope you guys forgive me.
I already forgot. I don't even know when you cursed. When did you curse? Was it a while ago?
Okay. I think it was last month. Anyway, I apologize. Anyway, I want to get to the trade deadline, and then I want to get Tiki's perspective on football.
Yep.
And so, Evan, who do you think is the top trade priority for the Mets? I hope it's not Francisco Lindor. I hope they don't trade him. I think it would be the stupidest thing ever. And Tiki, do you think Tiki? I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
I know you're a Giants fan, but do you think Dallas is going to be a little bit better? A lot of people are saying their defense is better, but I don't even know at this point. I know their offense is going to be lighting people up, but I'm really scared of their defense.
Yeah, look, I think the just to start with the Cowboys are going to go as their defense goes. And by the way, we saw this last year because Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and that whole crew, they had a fantastic offensive season. I mean, they were top 5 at least in offense last year, but they couldn't stop a bloody nose. And it was ugly watching them score 30 points and lose by 10. And so it's just, if their defense is better than it was, and
how can it be worse? They were last in the league.
Yeah, they were dead last in the league, which is shocking. But that's what happens when you trade away one of your best players. You're actually your best player in Micah Parsons. They spent a lot in free agency, and now I'm just looking at it now. They drafted Caleb Downs from Ohio State. They did have like 5 of their top 4 picks were on the defensive side of the ball.
They knew what needed to be addressed.
They knew it needed to be addressed, but at the same time, they're all rookies. And so I don't know if it's going to instantaneously become a fixer for them. So I don't know. I have no idea what to expect from them. I know their offense is going to be good. I just don't know what their defense is going to look like.
I would like to make a statement about the Dallas Cowboys, and I would ask for just one little promise because it is July 21st. We have all the time in the world. So I want you to hear what I say, put it in the back of your brain, And whenever you want at a future date, you could attack me.
Okay.
But for this moment, can I just say it and we can move on? The Dallas Cowboys are winning the NFC East.
Okay.
There you go. Let's put it away.
You leave it there.
And either you could agree with me or fight with me in a couple of days or weeks. Fair enough?
You could be right.
We already had this conversation last week.
Won't you go to Sean Morash?
They have the offense.
Damn it.
They have the offense to win the NFC East. There's no doubt about it.
All they got to do is be like the 20th best defense and they'll win the NFC East.
I mean, just be halfway.
That's basically where I was getting.
Right.
Anyhow, more on that in the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks. And I do, speaking of football, want to make a big announcement. And it didn't deserve a tease. I'm just going to do it right now. Starting this Thursday at 11:30 a.m., a weekly segment returns for the rest of the summer. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
It is the return of a segment I like to call
New team who dis.
Yes!
New team who dis.
I forgot about this game.
Now, for those that are not aware, it's an entertaining game, but more importantly, it's an educational game. We will name football players who are on different teams from last year, and Tiki and Sean will compete against each other. Two incredible football brains here at WFAN. For my money, the best two football brains at WFAN.
Thank you.
Boomer was very close, but he just missed the cut to Sean and Tiki.
So he can't participate in the game.
He just missed it. It was close, but he just missed the cut.
It's just very convenient that Sean and I happen to be on the same show.
It's a coincidence.
Yeah. Very
so
funny. Funny
we
how it
will
works out
go
like that.
every Thursday at 11:30, New Team Who Dis. And it's educational because the people out there probably forgot where players went. Like, that's the biggest trick of the offseason.
Now, really quickly, Evan, I know you were not here last week. I'm going to ask you to omit one name, and me and Tiki play the game with you. Dontayvion Wicks.
What do you mean, omit it? Omit it?
Omit it. Me and Tiki had this discussion about him last week.
Oh, fair enough. Thank you. I have him on my list.
What team?
He's on the, why are you turning this on me?
It's always on me and Tiki to get
He's
it
on
wrong.
What team? He's on the Dolphins.
You're wrong.
Damn it. What team is he on?
He's a Philadelphia.
He's an Eagle.
New team who dis.
He's a UVA guy. That's why he came up.
Fair enough.
I don't remember why he came up, actually, but we talked about him.
Because A.J. Brown got traded. We're trying to figure out who they replaced at wide receiver.
Who did they replace A.J. Brown with? They drafted a kid, but they also brought in Dontayvion Wicks.
There you go. See, this is the educational part of New Team Who Dis. Angel is calling from the Bronx. What's up, Angel?
Hey, what's up, Angel?
Hey, guys. So I just wanted to talk about Jazz Chisholm.
Yes.
So I've become quite a fan of his because a lot of people like to hate on the kid. So let's not forget he can play the outfield. He used to play center field for the Marlins. He did pretty well there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to put him in the outfield in case one of your big boppers don't come back, I don't see why that's a problem. And then you can fertilize your offense, adding somewhere else second, probably playing someone else at third.
Angel, the only
Does he
problem
feel like
with
an
it,
outfielder to you, though?
Well, he played the outfield like he mentioned for 2 years in Miami, and then before he was traded to the Yankees.
Right.
The problem is, if you guys, and I'm speaking to Yankee fans here, have a big problem with guys out of position and the fundamentals and the little things that cost this team in October, are you saying that you're comfortable doing it again, this time with Jazz Chisholm? That's the issue. Like, yes, could you play him in the outfield? He has experience doing it. He's played 190 games in the outfield. Can he do it? Sure. Has he played shortstop? Yeah, he hasn't done it in 6 years, but sure, you could stick him over there. Did he play third base last year and the year before that for a period of time? Yes, he has. Just understand that the things you complained about over the last couple of years may rear its ugly head.
Right.
Now, if it's worth the offense, understand the risks.
Rear its ugly head.
You don't need to correct me till Friday.
I haven't hit that in a while, so I felt like hitting it.
We got breaking news?
I think so.
So it's not LeBron James picking a team.
It's not that, but it's active to our conversation.
Go ahead.
We literally just discussed this guy, and it pertains. It's Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, what happened?
So Aaron Boone is doing his usual recording with Talking Yanks right now.
Yes.
And they have immediately tweeted this out. Aaron Boone tells Talking Yanks that Giancarlo Stanton is, quote, actually doing pretty well and should be back in a, quote, reasonable amount of time.
What does that even mean? Reasonable is so ambiguous.
Reasonable? He's been out since the end of April.
I know.
What's
So
reasonable?
exactly. So that means reasonable could be, hey, that's a couple of weeks, or relative to how long he's been out, that could be 2 months. Like that's so ambiguous. It tells you nothing.
But again, when we keep hearing he re-injured this calf, it's a different calf, this, and now it's actually pretty well. No, it's not actually pretty well because he can't run.
I feel like kind of kicking myself.
I don't know what reasonable is. He also did add that Max Fried is going to throw 60 pitches in the rehab start tomorrow, and then he's joining the rotation in Chicago.
That's great news, and I think the Fried thing has obviously been trending in the right direction since he made a rehab start a couple of days ago. Again, I think this ambiguous comment by Aaron Boone on Giancarlo Stanton reinforces what I've said to you. You have to almost forget he exists.
But it's a reasonable amount of time, man.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's the problem.
You guys are dumb.
Yes, we are. We're dumb to what you're trying to tell us.
It's almost
we have
as
no
if
idea.
He tried to walk back what he said yesterday because yesterday it was perceived as it's bad news and we may not see him again. And now it's like, oh, it's not that bad. But with Stanton and Judge, there are no timetables. And so if you're Brian Cashman looking at the next week and a half, 2 weeks into the trade deadline, I do think you have to make believe these guys aren't coming back. And if they come back, it's a good problem. Having too many good players or too many good options is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So I think you've almost got to close your eyes and just picture as if they're not coming back. I asked you about LeBron because I actually had a curiosity, put out a poll earlier this morning. I haven't put out a Twitter poll in a while. And it was simply, where do you want LeBron James to go? Because as much as people are sick of the discussion, we all have an opinion on things. Like, we all have an opinion on sports. It's not where you think he's going to go, but, like, where would you want him to go?
Cleveland.
You want him to go to Cleveland?
Yeah. It makes a story that you can get behind. Going someplace else to chase another ring potentially just kind of feels empty. Like, I guess it would be successful and it'd be fun, but I think going back to Cleveland, doing your farewell tour in your for your hometown team, the one that you've, after decades of wanting, delivered a championship for, it just makes a lot of sense. The question, though, as Sean and I talked about on Sunday at the Fanatics show that we did, is his family is also part of this conversation.
Absolutely.
And where does his wife, and I don't think he has any kids at home anymore, but maybe he does. It doesn't even matter. But where does this family want to be?
Well,
I don't think it's back to Cleveland.
In terms of what we want, I think there are three perspectives. You offer the entertainment perspective, which is, hey, I'm a basketball fan.
Yes.
I think the Cleveland thing would be a fun
That's
story.
all I care about.
Absolutely. Then you've got the Sean Evan perspective as members of the coalition, which is, where could he go to screw the Knicks?
Oh, that's on my mind.
And then the third perspective from the Knick fan out there is, where do you want him to go as a Knick fan where he's least offensive to you? Now, some Knick fans are going to say, I don't care.
Are you really worried about LeBron James being a roadblock to whatever you're doing as a Knick fan? The answer is absolutely not.
No, but you think of every move in terms of what's easier or best for you. That's what fans think. It's not that you're worried about him go to Cleveland or Miami or Philadelphia or wherever. It's more, you always have a preference, just as a fan. Like, that's what we do. You don't turn that off just because you won an NBA championship and you believe in your team. You know, it's like the 98 Yankees. I'm sure you had an opinion on where guys were traded at the trade deadline, even if you said we're better than everybody anyway. Anyhow, more on this a little bit later on. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Steve in Bayside. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Tiki, did I hear you say that Stearns is the opposite from year to year?
It's what it feels like, at least how we perceive him, how we look at him. Because he signed Juan Soto, and we're like, yeah, great job, man. You got it done. You outbid everybody. And then this year, it's kind of like, what the hell are you even thinking, dude?
So then 2025 Stearns would be the antithesis of 2026.
It's not a word we use. But yes, we do. We bastardized it, but it's all good. Yes, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. That's exactly right.
Well done.
And I don't even know if we know what to expect in 2027. Like, seriously, what do we expect?
Other than a lockout pain.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just talking about if it was all things being equal, what do you expect David Stearns to do?
Things that piss us off. That would be the answer.
Right, but by my estimation, it should be something that makes you very happy. Right?
Based on your logic,
My logic.
Sure.
My logic might be flawed.
Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, so let's get to Jazz and Arise. If I could do a trade for Jazz Chisholm for Luis Arise straight up, I'm driving Jazz to the airport. I disagree with all three of you guys. You see, the thing with the Yankees, the only thing that this offense has specialized in since Judge went down is getting no hit for 6 innings.
Yeah.
That seems to be their specialty. And there's a reason for that. You have too many of the same kinds of players, guys with 25% strikeout rates, guys that rely on the team starts falling back on the home run to score runs. I know they've been trying to generate runs other ways this year, but there's too many of those players on this team. The only reason why those home runs are clutch to begin with, and by the way, I don't believe in clutch home run stats from year to year, because if that was a skill, you could do it year after year after year. So it's not even.
No,
so
that's a great point.
It's a statistical blip. The only reason why those clutch home runs matter is because you're not plating runners when you have second and third bases loaded in the second inning and the fifth inning and stuff like that. It's the only reason why it's a clutch situation to begin with.
I agree with you. I think a lot of the clutch numbers vary year to year. Mm-hmm. I think we've seen that with Juan Soto from his time with the Yankees, and before that with Washington and San Diego.
It's also not something that I actively look at. Like, I don't look at clutch numbers unless it looks like he's a clutch player. Let me check to see if this is factual.
Well, I think in a given season, you feel it more because it helps you define the kind of season a player is having.
Yeah.
Like, I think last year, to a lot of Met fans, Juan Soto ended up putting up great numbers, but early in the season, he missed out on a lot of clutch moments. And by the way, that's continued this season. I thought that was evidenced last night in the Brewer game. Of course. He had a few at-bats early in the game that could have changed the game completely, and he's bouncing into double plays. So I do think on a year-to-year basis, you look at it. I am not a fan, Steve, and Steve's a great Yankee fan and a great baseball fan, of subtracting at the trade deadline. I remember the Red Sox and the A's made a very weird trade many years ago where it was John Lester for Yoenis Cespedes. And I thought it was weird. Like, the A's are trying to win, and they're subtracting one of their biggest bats in the lineup. So if you want Luis Arraez, I'd rather do the out-of-position thing than subtract somebody who can help me in Jazz Chisholm. I'd rather have both than subtracting somebody that can help me. And I always think, and it's odd when teams do it, but teams have done it. I gave you the Cespedes-Lester example. It is odd to me. The Mets did it, actually, in 2006.
Right.
They traded Xavier Nady at the trade deadline, and it was like, I don't like subtracting.
Well, and not only that, what if Luis Arraez pulls an Austin Slater with the Yankees and fouls a ball off his leg 2 games in, and then you've traded Jazz and you've lost him too? You might as well keep the depth and that option because baseball's a weird game.
Let's go to Ted in Hewlett. Hey, Ted.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
First of all, love the three of you together. It's such an entertaining show. One of my favorite shows of the day at WFAN.
Thank you.
Not even a question.
Appreciate it.
Second, I have a question for you. First of all, I happen to love Jazz. I think he's one of the most athletically gifted players in the game when he steals bases. He's done some big things, not just with the home runs. And so what I want to know is, if it wasn't for the last 2 games where he hit 3 home runs in a row between the 2 games, are we even talking about him right now? Would you be talking so positively about him?
No, because he's had an up and down season.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. See, I disagree with your opinion on yourself. You're a Jazz Chisholm supporter.
Of course I am.
If Jazz didn't have the last 2 games, and I asked you, hey, this 2 weeks before the trade deadline, do you really want him off this roster? You would have said no.
No, I would have said no, but I don't think, but his question was, would we be talking about him? Like, would he have led our show if he hadn't had these, massive 2 last games where he hit 3 home runs and 3 consecutive at-bats? And, he basically won the game for both times, these last 2. So would we be talking about him? Or would we be talking about the problems that the Yankees have?
Well, it depends. Did they win last night?
And then asking, how do they solve them?
Right.
No, let's say they lose last night. Then we wouldn't be talking about Jazz. In fact, if it wasn't for Jazz, they would have lost last night.
Well,
if it wasn't for Jazz, they would have lost the last 2 games.
It's a big circle. That's why we're talking about him.
That's exactly right.
He's been important the last 2 days.
You got to earn your right to be talked about on this show.
I don't think his performance over the last 2 days has changed your opinion that you want him on the roster past August 3rd, nor has it changed mine. Maybe it's changed Sean because sometimes, he fluctuates with the wind.
I do.
That's a little bit. You can be honest.
I have a flip on one side and a flop on the other.
If Jazz was 0 for his last 10, instead of hitting the home runs he said over the last few days, when I asked you, hey, Sean, would you want Jazz on the team on August 4th, your answer would have been what?
I still would say
Jazz Chisholm.
What?
I would still say yes, but if Judge
Chisholm.
If Judge and Stanton were cooking, maybe that plays into it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
You just keep playing. You know what? Why am I? I'm talking for you to entertain yourself with a board right now.
Jazz Chisholm.
Are you done?
Hold on, John, one more time.
Jazz Chisholm.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying. Just take a call.
Let us go to Kushal. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, first of all. Kushal in Bridgewater?
Hey, you got it. It is Kushal.
Nice. What's up, man?
Evan and Tiki, how are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Fantastic.
Thank
All right, awesome. I called a couple weeks ago to talk about Anthony Volpe and Jose Caballero, the debate. Based on Caballero's performance last night, wasn't he insane? He was amazing. And he's becoming a pest to these pitchers with his engagement and non-engagement. Yes. Why is it even a question now that he should be the starting shortstop and Aaron Boone should declare that today?
I don't think he.
And
I don't think there is a question.
While Anthony Volpe has some value left, he should be discussed as a potential trading partner with the Mets for Francisco Lindor. I think that's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer for who? For you? Okay, not for me. You think I have any interest in Anthony Volpe coming back as the centerpiece of a trade for Francisco Lindor?
Let me guess. You have no interest for Anthony Volpe.
I have no interest in Anthony Volpe.
At all?
No. Like what?
Not even a little bit?
Well, who am I trading for? Luke Weaver? Like for who?
Mark Vientos?
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Let me just answer this point about Caballero versus Volpe. And this is all about, I guess, perspective and what you think is enough. All right? In the last 11 games, Jose Caballero has started 7 of those at shortstop. And the reason I'm focusing on shortstop is because Caballero can start at other positions.
Yeah, he'll jump in at third sometimes.
So I'm focusing on Kushal's point of, hey, Caballero should be the everyday shortstop. Well, in the last 11 games, 7 of the 11 games, the everyday shortstop has been Jose Caballero. Now, I'm not good with numbers. I think that's about 68%. Is that a 7 of 11?
Yeah.
Is it close enough? 66%?
7 divided by 11. Yeah, it's like it goes 60-something%.
So my question to Kushal and to anyone else, is that not enough? Or does the number need to be 90%? Jose Caballero has started 3 of 5, 7 of 11. So he's starting mostly at shortstop. But no, it's not 100% of the time. And I guess that's what Kushal is asking for. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, I think at this point, that just means that Anthony Volpe is getting 4 out of 11 starts, which to me, that's too many. That's the way I'm looking at it.
The other thing is, Jose Caballero, has he ever been an everyday shortstop?
No.
Exactly.
He's been a utility player who plays multiple positions.
And so I think if you're Aaron Boone, that's what you're thinking about. Am I overtaxing him in a defensive way, in a position, in a way that he's never been taxed before?
But also,
is that smart?
But also keep this in mind. So I'm just using these 11 games just to give you a recency answer to his question of being the everyday shortstop.
Yes.
So he has started 7 of 11 games. In 2 of the other games, he has started at a different position.
Right.
So you could argue,
so he's not having days off.
Volpe's playing time is taking time away from Ryan McMahon, who Caballero is shifting over and playing at third base.
Right.
So it's a semantical argument, but you see what I'm saying? That
I do. I just think, though, if you watch the Yankees enough, Caballero, when he is at short, more than these other positions, and Volpe is not out there, there's just a different energy to the team.
No, I think you're right, but what Evan just said is important to recognize and accept. Who's better off? How are you better off? Jose Caballero at short and Ryan McMahon at third, or Jose Caballero at third and Anthony Volpe at short?
You want an honest answer? It's a boring answer, but I'm going to be totally truthful with you. Depends on the pitching matchup.
That's true.
Let's not act like Ryan McMahon is Brooks Robinson.
That's the point.
You got to calm down about this.
Dude, I agree, but here's the other thing. And this goes into the fight last start of the fake fight with Santana. That argument is caused because Caballero does this whole thing with the helmet and everything every single game.
And he stays looking down the whole time. He never engages the pitcher.
But if you strip that down at a bare minimum, you know what it tells you? Jose Caballero approaches at-bats with a plan of some sort.
Yeah, that's true.
Ryan McMahon, better or worse, approaches at-bats with a plan of some sort. Anthony Volpe, as further evidenced by the bases loaded the other night, feels like every time he goes up there, it's anybody's guess, including his, what the hell he's trying to do if he even has a plan.
Let's dive deeper into what happened last night with Jose Caballero and Dennis Santana. Plus, we'll get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. And what did Carlos Beltran say about his interest in the Met managerial job? Evan and Tiki till 2 this afternoon.
Circa Resort.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash, who also hosts when Evan's not here and driving home from vacation with Jet and Spence and Marshmallow. Circa Resort and Casino. And so many ways to win this football season. $30 million in guaranteed prizes for Circa Million and Circa Survivor. There's no rake, by the way, so any entries that go above the guarantee, all that extra money, that goes into the prize pool. Make sure you register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, and then you can play from anywhere. There are 3 ways to win. Circa Million, which is $6 million in guaranteed prizes. You pick 5 teams against the spread every week. The winner takes home $1 million. Then there is Circa Survivor, $20 million in guaranteed winners. You pick 1 team straight up every week, and if your team loses or ties, the entry is eliminated, and you can only pick each team once a season. So be prepared for that one. You got to go 20-0 or just simply be the last person standing to win the pot. Then there's Circa Grandissimo. This is the ultimate high-stakes survivor game. $100,000 entry fee and $4 million guaranteed to the winner. 3 ways to win. Circa Million, 6 Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. This all at Circa Resort and Casino. Sign up in Vegas. Play from anywhere.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
What is the waiting for here on LeBron James and his decision? Pick a team. Good God, how many years are we going to do this? The greatest player of all time, this, that, LeBron. I mean, me personally, I take Michael Jordan. But enough of waiting around on LeBron James. What do you think? The whole world is waiting for his decision? And the NBA should be ashamed of themselves. I don't think that we need to wait around for LeBron to make his decision. I'm Sal Licata.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Whether you're heading down the shore or planning a family getaway, their expert team can help you find the perfect sedan, coupe, SUV, or convertible. And because luxury should extend beyond the vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Edison is committed to making your shopping experience stress-free. That's one reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving all summer long.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an odds boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB odds boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We are by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash on this busy Tuesday. What Carlos Beltran had to say yesterday about the Met job in the past and the future. We'll get to that in a little bit. Plus a new edition of Posted and Toasted coming up at 11:30. But last night there was that little kerfuffle between Dennis Santana, the former Yankee and former Met, and Jose Caballero. And here's where I'm at with this whole thing. So Jose Caballero has been very open and honest that he is taking advantage of the pitch clock. He's been honest about this. And he should. Of course. Manipulate it however you can to frustrate a pitcher. And that's what he does. That's gamemanship. So he waits until right before the batter needs to get in the box, and that's when he gets in. And so the pitchers are not necessarily used to that because most hitters are just getting into the box.
Right,
and
they're just waiting for him.
And Caballero did an interview, I think it was a few weeks ago. Steve Serby does his traditional Sunday interview section.
Right, on the post. Yeah.
And Caballero was like, oh, yeah, that's what I do. And so this annoyed Dennis Santana, but Dennis won the battle because he got Caballero to ground into a double play. And so you could see it happening because remember the home plate umpire, if you were watching the game, gave that goggles warning to Santana.
Yeah, like, look, you got to make sure you get eye contact.
Yes, and you could tell that Dennis was frustrated. Not to the point that this was going to turn into anything, but you could tell he was frustrated. He turns the double play, and then he starts jawing at Jose Caballero. And it appeared like Caballero was just like taking it as if, all right, fine.
Whatever.
Caballero's probably pissed off he bounced into a double play. And Dennis Santana was really, really angry about it. And obviously it doesn't turn into anything. It's a fake baseball brawl. There's a lot of screaming and yelling. Nothing happens.
They don't fight anymore.
But it is a reminder that if I am an opponent of Jose Caballero, if I am Chad Tracy, the manager of the Red Sox, not the same Chad Tracy who played for the Diamondbacks in the mid-2000s, if I am Kevin Cash and I am the Tampa Bay Rays, I am telling my pitchers to be ready for this.
Yes.
And I'm also telling my pitchers, hey, if he does it after the first pitch and you got a problem with it, remember what Bob Gibson would have taught you. Like, there's no rule against this. You remind him it is your plate. And so there's a way for pitchers to respond. Now, Caballero, again, is not doing anything wrong. He's skirting the rule. He's pushing it to the very line. But every pitcher who knows this is a thing, and Dennis Santana knew it was a thing because he said after the game he knew it was a thing, do something about it. Because screaming and yelling afterwards is a baby move. And then, I couldn't believe this quote. Dennis Santana, after the game, was asked about the whole incident. Gary Phillips of the Daily News supplied it. And Dennis Santana was asked, hey, do you want an apology from Jose Caballero? Or would you like to offer an apology to Jose Caballero? And Dennis Santana's response was, quote, do you see Pedro Martinez apologizing?
It's baseball. It's part of the game. And you don't mind it at all. Because it's gamemanship. And for me, I look at Jose Caballero and I say, good for you, dude. It doesn't have to be brother-in-law baseball all the time. Like, hey, I'm going to do right by you. You do right by me. It's okay to be an enemy.
We call that Lindor ball.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, exactly.
See, I could take shots at my guy.
It's okay to be a villain.
Right.
I mean, that makes you, in some ways, stand out even more. I think people worry about you, and you get into their heads.
I think this is going to annoy you guys even more. Dennis Santana said something last night that really pissed me off about this situation. Because so far, it's like, all right, you yelled at him, you come across like a baby, whatever. The whole thing is stupid. He made a comment that I am still registering in my brain that he actually meant this. Dennis Santana, this is by Gary Phillips, great reporting last night of the Daily News. Dennis Santana said he's not used to hitters waiting so long to engage. While he was aware of Jose Caballero's routine, he felt it was especially unnecessary for Caballero to do it repeatedly since, there's reasons why this bothered him, since A, Caballero had a few hits, it was late in the game, and the Yankees were winning by 3.
What does that have to do with anything?
Dennis Santana is saying, because it's a 3-run game, and because he's had success, and because it's late in the game and everybody wants to go home, he had more of a problem with Caballero doing it then than if it happened, I don't know, in a tie game in the third inning.
That's a nonsensical statement.
It's crazy.
Did anybody follow up and tell him, Camilo Doval pitches for the Yankees? So, it doesn't really matter what the score is at any point?
Stop.
You wanted to say that to Dennis Santana?
You're just hating on Camilo Doval.
With good reason.
Yeah, of course.
Three is not enough to worry about. That is the point.
Yeah, it's not like it's a 10-run game.
Yeah.
Like, even when things are 8 or 9 run games, I don't believe in these rules of baseball because the beauty of the sport is that there is no clock.
Yeah, of course.
And that no lead is safe.
Anything can happen.
So I have no problem when teams are stealing up 7. I have no problem when teams are taking extra bases up 8. That's just my opinion. Like, I'll make a deal with you. I'll promise to not score any more runs if you promise to not score any more runs. That's my attitude about it. So I'm dead set against this. But for him to utter this in a game that's a 3-run game, like, what are we, nuts? Like, it's a close game. By the way, it's only a 3-run game. It's a 3-run game in which the Yankee bullpen is completely shorthanded.
Right.
The closer isn't going to be available. And you've got Dennis Santana saying it was unnecessary to do this because of the score of the game? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But it reinforces something that Sean said before the break, which is this is a small thing because obviously it's all about performance on the field that makes you want a guy to play. But having this game plan that can piss off players is another reason why you want Caballero on the field. Because I think you like guys like that on the field, and you really enjoy guys pissing opponents off.
Wilson Contreras. It's done everything for Boston.
It really has. He gets into a fight every other week.
That's it.
And it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong. It doesn't matter if you're defending him or not. Sometimes you need that kind of personality, and it felt for a long time like the Yankees didn't have that personality. So I do agree with you that it's a small check mark next to Caballero's name on another reason why you want him out there more than Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, and the other check mark is just that Anthony Volpe's Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, Caballero's better. I mean,
that's it.
Look, at the end of the day, that's always going to be the most important thing. So this is more add-on, if you will. 888-808-1019, the number. Ralph in Manhattan. What's up, Ralph?
That is the only new rule that's actually worth it. I mean, the other rules are, a lot of, I can't deal with the ghost runner or anything like that. I'm glad before that you referred to the MASH unit that Major League Baseball has become. Like, Hawkeye Pierce couldn't do any due diligence with this current crop. They're out for, 20 weeks with a hangnail. But here's the thing, guys, about what you touched on before, a phenomenon in sports that nobody talks about. When the traded player comes back to his team and he performs like never before because he's motivated. Now they'll try to tell you guys that they're motivated 162. There's no doubt about it. But that's a lot of baloney. I got to watch what I say. Right. That's a lot of baloney. But I will tell you something. It happens more often than not. The traded player comes back, has a field day on his home field, and it happens time and time again. We have to acknowledge that. Mental, I guess when you're up for a game, it means so much more than anything else in the world.
Yeah, you're just dialed in. And baseball is a sport where you have to be dialed in.
There's 162 of them.
I know, but even if it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're pitching or you're hitting, if you're just kind of out of it a little bit, your mind is kind of wandering, you're not going to be successful.
Most of the time, I used to have this discussion with Beningo all these years about guys having better years in their contract year.
Yeah.
There are so many examples of guys not having good years in their contract years.
That's right.
There's so many examples of guys having average years in their contract years. And so sometimes it's convenience on what we want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So in the contract year argument, Jazz Chisholm's in a contract year.
Right.
He's not having the best year of his career. Last year, Pete Alonso had a pretty good year in a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
The year before that in a contract year, he didn't have a good year.
Right.
So sometimes it doesn't mean anything. And when you return to face your former team, I'll give you more examples. Jacob deGrom returned to Citi Field last year. You would think it was pretty emotional. He was okay.
Right.
Like it was unforgettable. It was not unforgettable. It was forgettable. Like, How'd he pitch? I guess he was okay. He was given a huge lead early. He was all right. What was it, like 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs? So I think in a lot of cases, it's about what we want to make it to be. Last night, in the case of Freddy Peralta, I predicted he would come back and pitch great. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You predicted he wouldn't. You
because
were right.
he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder.
But maybe he sucked last night. Maybe it's possible Freddy Peralta sucked last night because he sucks. It's entirely possible. Because I watched Freddy Peralta last night pitch the way he's pitched for the last month.
Mm-hmm.
He throws 1,000,000 pitches in the first few innings. He gives up a couple of runs. He tries to go deep, quote unquote, into the game, and he doesn't.
Right.
Isn't that the essence of the Freddy Peralta story of 2026?
Yeah, it is. You're not getting deep into games. There's a little velocity dip, nothing just egregiously bad, but he doesn't have the it. Whatever the it is that you have as a starting pitcher that he had over the course of his career in Milwaukee, he doesn't have anymore. Now, part of that might be just the pall that's hanging over the Mets. Everybody just kind of falls to their mean or even below it. But it's unexplainable, and he doesn't even have an answer.
And you know what's going to make it worse, even though at the end of the day it doesn't matter? They're going to trade him in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get a huge amount of prospect capital back, but they're going to trade him. And he's going to go to a team in which he jumps up in the standings, and he's probably going to pitch like Freddy Peralta.
Right.
And we're going to look at his 3.2 ERA with the new team and say, what? Is it the uniform? Is it the new pitching coach?
Right.
Is it the juju of the Mets? Like, what is it?
Not having Mrs. Met to stare at as she walks past on the warning track.
He didn't have that excuse in Milwaukee last night.
Well, he didn't, but Bernie the Brewer maybe has a nice rump. Who knows?
Okay. Let's go to Topar in Austin, Texas. Hey, Topar.
Hey, fellas, I'm going to give you a best and worst case scenario. Just hear me out. Spain had the privilege and honor of playing the World Cup final on the same field that the New York football Jets play on. Spain won. They hoisted up that World Cup trophy. I think the Jets are going to win a lot of games this year, and dare I say, hoist up the AFC Championship trophy at the end of the year. And I'll tell you why. Seattle, they had running backs. We got running backs. They have a stud wideout who's an Ohio State product. We have a stud wideout who's an Ohio State product. They have an ex-Jets quarterback. We have an ex-Jets quarterback. That's now the Jets quarterback. They got dogs on defense. We got dogs on defense. And if this is all a pipe dream and I'm just delirious and dehydrated from being on a Modelo-only diet, watching all these World Cup watch parties and the sweltering Austin heat, the worst-case scenario is we lose a ton of games, AG is gone, but we have 3 first-round picks and a deep quarterback class, so it's a win-win. Meanwhile, the Giants have a running back that can't do a backflip and land properly, and he's cutting WWE promos like he's Tom Brady and Logan Paul.
Nice.
Thank you, fellas.
I appreciate you.
Wow. Okay, you laid out quite a scenario.
The Jets are a sewer.
I had the opposite opinion. So over the weekend while I was on vacation, I was doing a lot of reading, was doing a lot of studying, was doing a lot of hanging out, and I was going over the Jets depth chart. And when I was going through the offense, and I'm like, oh, that's right. You know, Olu Fashanu is developing one of the better left tackles in the sport. Joe Tippmann signed long-term. Armand Membu in year 2, feeling good. A healthy Garrett Wilson, the trade up for Omar Cooper Jr., the running backs. I felt pretty good about the offense. Don't feel good about the quarterback, but whatever.
Kenyon Sadiq.
And then I got to the defense.
Okay, here's the but.
Oh, here's the giant but. The defense, it was bad last year. It tried to bring in new talent, but a lot of the talent it brought in, obviously David Bailey is the key to all this.
Yeah.
He needs to be a breakthrough superstar. But you look at a lot of the guys they brought on one-year deals, like Joseph Asai. I just don't know how talented the defense is.
Yeah, David Onyemata.
That's the problem.
Right, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Dane Belton.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, a lot of interceptions for the Giants. I think he's going to be good with the Jets.
He just needs to bring up the Giants. It's like, this is a minute talking about the Jets. And he's like, no.
You're not even
No.
You're not even talking about the biggest Jets story.
I like the Mario Davis.
I like him, but he's 100 years old.
He's ready to retire.
I love Minka Fitzpatrick, and I hope he's a good addition to the secondary. But, I think I look at the Jet defense, and that's where my overall concern is on, how many games can they truly win? If this is, how good can this defense actually be? And I don't know the answer. I know, by the way, Aaron Glenn's calling plays, which is supposed to be, something magical for all of us.
Play call is my superpower, really.
We'll see. So I love the optimism, and I even love the whole, hey, it's a win-win. We win, it's great. We lose, it's great. You can always frame it that way when you're a bad team. You can. Because if you win, we win. Who would be unhappy with winning? And if you lose, great, we have draft picks. We'll get better eventually. But talent-wise, I just don't think they have enough of it, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
That was Sean Cinco. No matter what happens, it's a win-win for the Jets.
Yep.
So he stole that from you?
No, either you're going to surprise or you're going to stink in the right year.
No, but that was the caller's point. So he stole it from you?
He stole it from you.
I don't know if he was listening on Sunday, but
he may not have been.
You did a Cinco on a Sunday?
Or that was a Friday. That was Fridays.
We've worked so much. I don't know what we did what day.
I don't either. I can't remember anymore.
Your thoughts on the new Jet uniforms now that we're with the Jets?
Yeah, so this came out in the last hour. I saw the video the Jets put out.
Didn't they have new uniforms last year also?
Tiki every year.
I say every year they do.
Basically, they do this to sell jerseys because there aren't a lot of, outside of Garrett Wilson, maybe Breece Hall, there's not a lot of guys, David Bailey this year, that you're running to buy the jerseys of. So bad teams like to put out new jerseys. So what they're putting out is a white on white. It's a white helmet with the green Jet logo. And the first home game of the season, which I'm excited to be at. Sorry, Jet, you're not going. I'm sorry, Jet. It's Spence who's getting to go to opening day.
Enjoy those Met games, Chet.
I just feel bad because Jet's here working again, and I'm like, yeah, I'm taking my other son to that game.
Do you even care, Jet? No.
Yeah, he's not into
Nah,
the
he
Jets.
doesn't care.
Do you want to go to the Jets' first game of the year? Yeah. You do?
Uh-oh.
I think he just wants to piss off his brother.
That's exactly what it is.
Anyhow, that game is going to be a whiteout is what they're calling it because they're going to wear these white helmets and the white jerseys.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yes, a whiteout.
Come on, man. How you're stealing that from Penn State? Like, seriously, what are you doing?
It's such a bad gimmick.
Oh, it is a horrible gimmick. And it's game one?
Yeah.
Well,
it's week 2,
whatever.
First week of the season.
The whiteout's supposed to happen like when it gets a little cold, it becomes like chilly.
No, but Tiki, you can't plan a whiteout in November if you're potentially 1-7, then you made a mockery. You have to do it when you're relevant.
Yeah.
But here's the other problem. And we talked about this in regards to the New York Knicks, and I think it equates to the Jets as well.
Are they telling the fans to wear all white?
Yeah. It doesn't work in this town. We don't do that. Like, for example, I'll give you a great example. I have a green Breece Hall jersey.
Congratulations, Jets. You have now relegated yourselves to the NCAA.
I'm wearing my green jersey to the game. Like, you can't tell me what to wear.
Right.
I'm not going to wear something else. Now, you may give me a white towel to wave around, I guess. But the truth is, I'm probably not waving the towel around. I'm probably saving it until Spence makes a mess, and then I got to clean his mouth with it. You know what I mean? So these white outs or green outs or blue outs or black outs or blue outs or whatever color you want to perpetrate on your fan base.
Color rush.
It doesn't work in this town because we're going to wear what we want to wear. Now, my honest opinion on the helmet, I think it looks fine. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But I have never been crazy about we're wearing this, we're wearing that. I don't care. This isn't a fashion show. I want to kick ass. We're playing the Packers. I want to beat their ass week 2 of the season.
You want it to be a fashion show.
Very good. Very good.
That's a good one.
I like that.
It's not like laughable, but that's a good one.
I like it.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
Sean.
A
Well done.
fashion show.
They've been in the abyss for 55 freaking years.
So I don't get crazy about this stuff, but the helmets look fine.
The helmet,
look fine.
If we really want to have a helmet conversation, which you probably don't, the helmet should be their permanent helmet.
I
The
agree.
white one?
It's cool.
Because here's the thing. When they go the green on the green, I think we talked about this when Tommy was back on the show, on top of a green field and they're bad, it is like the most eyesore, boring product you could imagine because the green just blends too much onto the field and you're like, what am I watching? The white pops. Give me the white helmet.
I'm going to give you a number. And much like I said about the Cowboys an hour ago, we have all summer as we get closer to start this season. And card is subject to change, right? Because your views can change as you hear more, as you read more, as you watch more. I plan on going to one of the practices, even though they've cut down a lot of the areas for the fans down in Florham Park. So understand card's subject to change. But in this moment, July 21st, 2026, at 11:21 a.m., when I think of my football team and I think of the amount of wins they're going to have in 2026, there is a number that pops into my head. And unfortunately, that number is 4.
What a goddamn disgrace.
4.
Yeah. I'm sensing 4-13. That's the number that jumps out at me.
So the Knicks will have won as many games in the NBA Finals as the Jets do the regular season.
I mean, yes, if that's the way you want to frame it, sure. Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Well, I mean, what's your gut feeling on July 21st at 11:21 a.m.?
3 wins.
Okay, so then I was more confident than you were.
I wasn't going to share my feelings.
Tiki, what's your number in this moment? Obviously, card subject to change.
1.
The New York Jets suck.
2.
Oh, we got 2. Can we get a 3, Tiki?
3.
We got a 3.
4.
We got a 4.
Glenn is a weird guy.
5.
We got 5. We're getting nuts now.
I'm going to go 5.
All right, 5. So we got a 3-4-5 here at Evan and Tiki with Sean Moore.
Now we just need the 6, 7.
Jet could supply that. Jet, I want you to scream a number very loudly. There's 17 games in a season. How many wins will the Jets have this season? Scream it. 7.
7. Now we need the 6.
There we go. By the way, 7 would be very exciting, I have to admit, because it would mean that games are relevant at the end of the season. And that's all you're looking for as a fan. We've got a new edition of Posted and Toasted coming up. Plus, the New York Mets did something fan-friendly that you need to know about. We'll share the details on that coming up. Plus, we'll talk to you, 888-808-1019.
6, 7.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
From the makers of Surfside, something new is hitting the shelves this summer. Introducing Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail inspired by classic sports drink flavors. Super Light comes in 4 of them: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. With only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for summer. Whether you're hitting the green, shooting hoops with friends, or soaking up the sun, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Call now and be caller number 4 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Young Thug at Summer Stage at Central Park on September 13th. From our friends at Live Nation. To purchase tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Tune in tomorrow to the Carton Show at 3 p.m. for another chance to win. And this portion of the program is sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today.
The Yankees and Pirates play ball. 7:05 tonight.
That baby's gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Leased for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Lights, camera, baseball. The spotlight is on Citi Field for one of the season's biggest series as the Mets take on the Los Angeles Dodgers Friday, July 24th through Sunday, July 26th. Don't miss this marquee matchup. For tickets, go to Mets.com/tickets.
Injured in an accident? Your case in the hands of one lawyer may settle for $100,000, but in the hands of the right law firm could be worth millions. The Rothenberg Law Firm has been representing injury victims for over 50 years, winning and collecting billions for our clients. And we're not stopping now. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com.
Be a lawyer for injured ones, injurylawyer.com.
Orgavarizona? Is that a word? It is in the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, because it can all be one road trip. So book a test drive and keep the adventure going.
Lease a 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX front-wheel drive for $249 a month for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2026 Sportage Hybrid LX 1.6 Turbo GDI FWD 6AT 31,985 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes Texas title registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Purchase option at lease end is $22,389.50, subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles a year. Excess warranty and termination fee of up to $400. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 8/3/26. Limited inventory available.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now up to $707 million. If you win, that's enough money to buy a flat-screen TV for every room of your new mansion. Stop by a New Jersey lottery retailer to get your ticket today.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Whether you're heading down the shore or planning a family getaway, their expert team can help you find the perfect sedan, coupe, SUV, or convertible. And because luxury should extend beyond the vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Edison is committed to making your shopping experience stress-free. That's one reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving all summer long.
Hey, it's Jerry Recco. Get into the action at Wind Creek Bethlehem with the hottest slots, table games, live dealer stadium gaming, and poker room. Catch the game and place your wager at the sportsbook. Challenge your crew to axe throwing or virtual golf. Then enjoy a meal at Chop House, Urban Table, or Bethlehem Barrel and Draft House. Finish the night with a stay at the AAA Four Diamond Hotel. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Go for the W. Visit windcreekbethlehem.com. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Hey, it's Greg Giannotti from Boomer and Geo here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems, especially at night. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. They leak. It's time to try North Shore at northshore.com. Their team of experts will send out samples that stay dry 3 times longer than store brands. Switch to North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers, so your loved ones can live with the freedom and dignity they deserve. That's North Shore Adult Diapers at northshore.com and focus on life, not leaks.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the Fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Austin can match that tonight. The Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And isn't it 19 of 21?
Yeah, 19 of 21. And you know where it started?
They were 14 games under 500.
They were buried. They were the Mets.
Yeah.
They were the Mets. This all started. And you're someone who says, quote, I don't believe in coincidence.
Yep.
And so I hate to put it on one person, but this all started.
He earned it.
When Michael Kay on the Yankee broadcast started wondering aloud, and we played the clip the next day because I wanted to correct him. I thought he was wrong. He was wondering aloud how Red Sox fans could chant Yankees suck when the Red Sox suck. Now, he never said, quote, the Red Sox suck, but he said, hey, look at the standings. Like,
they were projecting ahead to the next month and a half for the New York Yankees.
Clearly.
You guys suck. Even though they're 500, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Kay has found himself in the middle of rivalries with other teams. Remember the whole thing with the Blue Jays last year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Buck Martinez was pissed.
Yeah. And he didn't get the last laugh. The Blue Jays did because they won the division and then they eliminated them in the postseason. And who knows how this is going to play out with Boston. But right now, the Red Sox are unbeatable. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. Let me give the New York Mets some credit. We bash them all the time. But I received an email last night. And when I saw the email, at first I was annoyed. And I'll read it to you what it said. It said, hey, amazing fan appreciation starts now. And it bragged how if you buy a ticket to a future Met game, it's going to come with $10 in value, like $10 in credit that you could use on food or merchandise.
Okay.
So every ticket you buy comes with $10 of value. And the reason I got annoyed is I was like, well, what about us? What about the schmucks that already bought the tickets? And I read the fine print. And so if you're not aware as a Met fan and as someone who has bought tickets or a season ticket holder like myself, every ticket you have for any remaining game of the regular season now includes $10 in, quote, loaded value. How about that?
That's pretty exciting.
That's a nice little gesture.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Go park your car for $40 and then get your $10 in loaded value.
But you know what? It's just the little things. The little things matter.
I agree.
Even if it's actually nothing relative to how much you're actually going to spend on that day, that game day. It's just a little thing.
And it does matter, and I'll tell you why. For me personally, as a season ticket holder, it matters. And I know I speak for a few people, because I don't know how many people are season ticket holders these days. And so you can make your smart-ass comments about parking, like it's fair. No, I mean, I can't even disagree with you. Parking's crazy.
Right.
Totally
and a lot
with
of people won't park. They'll come in other ways.
That's right. But my tickets are a sunk cost. Our tickets, if you have them, are sunk costs.
Yeah.
You're either going to the game.
Well, if it's season tickets.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
or you bought the tickets ahead of time.
Right.
So either way, they're a sunk cost.
You already spent the money.
Give me something for my troubles. Now, I understand you're not giving us our money back. No one is suggesting that. But give us something for our troubles. Now, you know, Sean, because we're in a similar spot, we both have young kids.
Yep.
I'm taking my kids to games throughout the remainder of the season. Every freaking time I go to a game, I buy something for them food-wise, whether it's chicken fingers or it's a freaking ice cream or it's cotton candy or whatever other garbage they peddle.
At least it's food. It's edible and usable. I took Brooklyn to one game, and she wanted jerseys.
And what jersey did she get?
She wanted Pete Alonso.
Oh, that worked out.
And I was like, let's go Lindor.
Well, we'll see how that works out. So even if it's only $10 and even if my value is sunk anyway because the team is awful, give me something.
No, you're right.
And I think we feel that way as fans. And when you give someone something, make it decent. Like, I don't mean to pick on you guys as Giant fans, and not that you speak for the Giants. The Giants are still laughed at for the Coke debacle.
It was medium Pepsi.
The medium Pepsi debacle. Right. Thank you.
Yes.
It was embarrassing. This seems,
medium Pepsi.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I know. Wouldn't even do large.
No, I know. I'm questioning it, re-questioning it. Who wants a medium Pepsi?
You do actually what the Mets are doing, which is we're giving you $10.
Yes.
Do what you want. And you're right. It doesn't hurt them because everything is so overpriced anyway. And if I go and buy something, even if I have 4 tickets, that's $40. It's probably costing me more than $40. So you're going to make money or extra money off of us anyway, but it's a nice gesture. And so at a time in which we're always killing the Mets, and I will certainly lead the pack in doing that, as a schmuck who's going to be there until this season is over, thank you for giving me a small portion of my money back.
You're welcome.
Why are you saying you're welcome?
Because there was nobody else to finish the gap.
You didn't have to say anything.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
I do want to thank you for one thing, though, Sean.
I know where you're going.
I was so impressed over the last few weeks when I've missed time due to, vacation, contractually negotiated vacation. Sean would step up during Posted and Toasted, and I found myself jealous. Like, why am I always finding the tweets? So today, for the first time ever, we give you a new edition of Posted and Toasted. Evan versus Tiki in a game of Posted and Toasted.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
I love this.
Posted and Toasted in 1, 2, 3. Posted and Toasted where Evan finds the treats. Posted and Toasted will Tiki guess them right. It's Posted and Toasted time.
Posted and Toasted is brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm, injuredvisitedinjurylawyer.com, and Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine.
Okay, now, before we play the game, Evan, I've yet to play the game from this vantage point with you, just with Tiki. Tiki has flexed 2 of the last 3 weeks when I've been here that he doesn't want choices.
No choices. Choices are done.
This happened because when you and I were hosting, then you were out the next week, Sean.
Okay.
Evan took on your same thing.
Yeah, no choices.
No choices for me.
So the way I think this should work is...
I know our roster well enough by
Me
now.
too. I feel like I should know it because I've searched a million tweets.
Right.
You will read the tweet, and I think we should take turns. You get the first crack, I get the next crack.
Okay.
And then if you get it wrong, I have a chance to steal. So
because we don't have a buzzer system set up.
I mean, I could play stuff, like...
You're wrong.
No, that or
One of
that.
those woke libtards.
I could do that.
Well, Sean,
I'm a fat
Sean's
moron.
got to play those, doesn't he?
Well, I also have to play the music.
He's
and
not talented
I
enough.
have that. And it's not that I'm not talented enough. I don't have as many
Dude, come
lines.
on.
What?
You multitask?
I'm multitasking.
Come on.
Can I do the job
Hey,
first?
Sean, look in the mirror. I believe in you.
Be a man.
You're the greatest.
Thank you.
are the best.
Be a man.
You are the I mean, you're going to be the guy. I mean, Loogie for a year said he was a generational talent.
You're out of shape and you're fat.
It's actually you, Sean. It's you, man. Look at yourself. Tell yourself you're the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
And if you don't get the job done...
I'd love to fire his ass.
That's fair. Well, you guys will each get cracks, and I want to remind everybody, crack is whack. Okay?
All right. Tiki goes first. This is his
1985.
Yes.
It's his game.
All right. The theme here today, fellas, is closing up the World Cup. All right? Tiki loved this soccer. We're done with this. All right? We got a theme today. Here we go. I take you back to July 16th, 2014. I'm playing in a pickup soccer game tonight. I'm scared.
What the hell?
I'm going to pick up
Soccer game. I'm going to say that's... Who's athletic enough to do that? Keith McPherson. You bitch.
You're wrong.
See, Keith wouldn't be scared. Keith's a good enough athlete where he'd be
That's
like,
a good
I'm
point.
playing, I'm not
the man.
scared.
But
so,
if he has no skills, how would he?
no, I get it. I got it. Like, Big Mac would never admit he's scared. Cart would never admit he's scared.
2014, gentlemen.
Oh, I got it. I feel like this is a lock. This is clearly Greg Giannatti.
Ding, ding, ding for Evan Roberts.
Damn right.
I do find anecdotally something interesting about this tweet. Evan was the very first person to respond to him, saying, ha, good luck. The second person that responded to him, Joy Taylor.
Really?
Wow.
Stretch, that's how I tore my ACL. To which Gio responds, oh no, I was worried about a hammy. ACL? This is a terrible idea.
I'm out.
Wow. There's a lot of backstory to that tweet.
That was. I just found that part interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll find out from Gio tomorrow how he did in said soccer game.
All right. So away we go and we continue. I take you to June 15th, 2018.
This is my turn now. I'm up 1-0. Go ahead.
The tweet. Soccer seems like a lot of running around with very little payoff.
That's an Al Dukes tweet. That's got to be an Al Dukes tweet.
I'm going to start playing the music to play it, but you're right.
I'm right.
You got it.
Shut your bitch ass up.
2 for 2, baby.
All right.
I own this game. I created this game. I brought you into this world. I'll take you out.
That's what
All
my
right.
mom used to say.
Tweet number 3. We're back to 2014.
Yes.
June 7th, 2014.
Dude, did people not tweet about soccer for basically 12 years?
Well, think about it. The World Cup. 14, 18, 22, 26. It's a World Cup year.
It's fair.
So he's focusing on that specific World Cup year.
Now, Tiki, I did this tweet specifically to excite you. In 2014, on June 7th, we saw this tweet. Say what you want about soccer, but I did 4 minutes on the World Cup, and that's all most of the callers want to talk about now.
I did that last week. You should know this answer.
It's me.
You're wrong.
Suck it. It was me.
It was Evan. Oh, I didn't know you did this tweet.
No, that's okay. You're on vacation, but
There was one about me last week.
Yeah. Yes. All right,
Okay.
by the way, I just want to make this noted. I am dominating this game.
Yeah, you are.
Dominating.
That's because you search Twitter. I'm not even on Twitter.
That's a good point.
I
Look,
mean, I am because I did tweet last year.
I do have an unfair advantage that I've run this game for 2.5 years.
So you may have seen some of these.
Truthfully, other than the one you just did, because I did it last week, I have not seen these tweets.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll leave you with this one. January 19th, 2017. So non-World Cup.
Okay.
How is soccer such a low-scoring game? The nets are huge.
It's got to be. Hold on, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
I mean, that's got to be an Al Dukes, right?
When you get back from Mars, call us, okay?
I'm sorry, Tiki. You can't guess it's Al Dukes again. 3 years after he said the little payoff, he drops us with the nets are huge.
That's a good one.
And that's your posted and toast.
Unfortunately, as good as you are at finding the tweets, I may be so dominant in this game that it can't be me versus Tiki.
Yeah.
All right, well, now I got to, whatever. I got to dig deeper next
All right,
time.
I'll give you one more crack, okay?
Right.
Next week, you'll get another chance at this.
All right.
But if I dominate again, I think it goes back to me finding the tweets.
That's fine. But in the end,
It's not fun.
It's not fun that way.
You need somebody who's not on Twitter. You both are on Twitter.
That's true. But come on, the Al ones were funny. How do you know?
Al
is thoughtful.
He is. He's a legendary Twitterer. He does a great job. Anyhow, every Tuesday, 11:30, posted and toasted. 888-808-1019 is our number. Sean is calling from North Carolina. Beautiful state I just visited. What's up, Sean?
Yeah, it is a nice day. It's just a little hot right now, Evan, as you probably found out. But it's all right. Yeah, it's just a little hot. And I'm down by the coast, so I get a lot of humidity. But anyway, hey, Sean and Tiki, you guys were at the Fan Fest. I didn't see anything on Malik Neighbors. Any interviews? I didn't see him walking around.
Well, he was
did
around.
Did he do a backflip?
No,
he didn't. Backflip like Scatterbo?
He didn't, but he did
he
throw.
do a backflip?
He was in the MLB pitching cage, and he was trying to throw strikes.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah, because he didn't look compromised.
I mean, he could need Tommy John surgery for all we know.
He did warm up. He pumped it like multiple times before he actually let one go, but he looked healthy.
He did. He put torque on the knee. That's
and it was good. It looked much better. I can now replace the image of him at the softball game with the image of him throwing a pitch.
So it wasn't Malik saying anything more than it was physically you saw him and he looked good.
Yes.
That's it. And that's all you could ask for, because when we saw him and he didn't look good, we melted down.
Absolutely.
So a week before training camp, he looks all right. Okay, fine.
Here's the good news. The Giants rookies report later in the week, but then everyone's got to report sometime next week. So we're there. We're going to see them in training camp. And look, push comes to shove. Are you going on the PUP list? Are you practicing? Are you not practicing? What are you saying to the media? Like, the beauty of the beginning of training camp, and I used to say this to you about spring training, because at first you'd be like, what's so exciting about it? Guys are having catches. It's more hearing from the coaches, hearing from the players, and it's put up or shut up time.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're practicing, then great. You're trending to
and
start.
I think even more for just for the Malik Neighbors example, and this is obviously the Giants, but I think it's every team. Guys that are coming off an injury, like Pat Mahomes in Kansas City.
Right.
You just want to see what he looks like. Is he running around? I know he participated, Mahomes did at least, in the OTAs. So there was optimism that he actually might be ready for the start of the season despite tearing his ACL. So I feel like if Malik Neighbors is out there, just at least on the field, not in the training room, you don't see him. They report that he didn't come out for practice. Maybe you're a little bit worried, but if he's out there, you feel like, okay, he's ready.
I think that's a great sign, because I don't know about you, and I know we made these predictions maybe a month or two ago. I am cautious about Malik Neighbors. Like, I don't expect to see him the first month and a half of the season. So if he's already out there, that's a great sign that he's way ahead of at least my schedule for him. And I remember both of you guys, I don't remember the exact predictions, but it wasn't week one. It wasn't an expectation that he's going to be ready right away. And I think that's the proper attitude to have about Malik Neighbors right now, to not expect him to be ready right as this season starts. Jimmy, in the other Carolina, we go from North Carolina to South Carolina. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, Evan and Tiki, I was going to ask you something. Do you think the Yankees will do something at the trading deadline, or do you think they're going to be buyers and sellers?
Well, they're definitely not going to be sellers, and here's the good news. Brian Cashman, unlike David Stearns, has a very, very long track record. And it's actually overwhelming in terms of he always does something.
Right.
It is very rare to find a trade deadline in which he didn't do anything. In fact, it's funny he asked that. I started researching that last night. I started going through past Brian Cashman trade deadlines, the good, the bad, the indifferent. Now, selling, that's crazy. Of course they're not selling. They're going for it.
Right.
The only year, besides the pandemic, like, screw that year.
That was a weird season.
Yeah, that was weird.
Right. 60 games is like, what is this?
The only year in which they didn't buy anybody, and you can fact check me on this, Sean, is 2019. And I think the reason that was unique is because if you think the Yankees are beat up now, if you think they have a lot of injuries now, go back and look at 2019, in which Cameron Maybin was carrying them for a while, and a young Gio Urshela was carrying them for a while. Like, that was a team that was ravaged by injuries. I think Giancarlo only played about 18 regular season games that year. Aaron Judge missed time. It was unbelievable. And what was even more unbelievable is that the Yankees overcame it. They won the American League East. They were the second best team in the league besides Houston.
Right.
And so my guess, going back to July of 19, is that it truly was a year in which, rightfully so, you could look at your roster and say, we just need guys healthy.
Right.
Like, we're not going to go out and be aggressive because we have so many guys hurt.
Yeah, in 2019, the closest they came to a big deal was acquiring Robbie Ray, but the Diamondbacks would not make the deal if the Yankees did not include Yankee pitching prospect Clark Schmidt, and Brian Cashman said no.
Wow. How about that?
How about that?
Well, I mean, what if they did include Clark Schmidt and you didn't lose to the Astros in 6 and you won the World Series? Then it would have been worth it. Let Clark Schmidt be in Arizona.
That's true.
That's why, like, it's easy to say we made the right decision. He didn't give up a prospect that turned into something.
Right.
But the Yankees also lost the 6th game of the ALCS that year. Like, the season could have played out differently. But that is one of the only years in which Brian Cashman didn't do something. Now, there are different levels to doing something. There's the big trade. There's the minor trades. There's the trades that worked out. There are the trades that didn't work out. And yesterday at the beginning of the show, I cited one that jumps out at me, which is 2017, when he traded for Todd Frazier, David Robertson, and Tommy Kahnle in one big deal with the White Sox. And to me, that was like a defining trade. Like, I don't think they get to the ALCS without making a trade like that. So he's going to do something, and based on Brian Cashman's track record, he's going to do multiple things. The question, and we're not even going to know the answer on August 3rd, is, does it work?
Right.
Are we talking about these trades glowingly months from now, or do we look back at it and say, can you believe that's all Brian Cashman did?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we just have to trust him that he wants to win. He wants to try to win, and that's why you get a trade all these deadlines except for the 19 season. So you know he's going to do something. And I hope that it is something that creates a new offense for this Yankees team, but we don't know until we see it, and so we can't really even opine about it. I know what we need. We know what we need, but we don't know necessarily what he's going to do because it's not always exactly what we need.
And before Evan gets bombarded with calls, they did acquire a big name that summer.
In 2019?
Yes.
Who'd I miss?
Edwin Encarnacion.
That's right. Good call by you.
But it wasn't. It was
early
June.
July, right?
June 15th.
Wow, that was wow. I got to tell you, bro, can't count it. That's not a trade deadline deal.
Yeah,
it's not a deadline deal, but it's a mid-season big acquisition.
I don't remember why did they acquire him so early?
Because
what was
Judge
going
got
on
hurt.
Oh, okay.
Because of all the injuries, like they were ravaged by injuries. Yeah, look.
So should we look at that as an example?
No, of making a trade.
No, like the reason to make that he's going to do something big because Judge is hurt again. Stanton is hurt as well.
I think it's different, and I'll tell you why. And this is not me defending my claim that he didn't make a big trade deadline deal. I'll own that loss anytime. It's a month and a half before the trade deadline. It's just not the same. It's like the David Justice trade is a bigger debate because that was made on June 30th in 2000. Yeah. They traded for David Justice. Probably the greatest midseason trade in the history of Brian Cashman's regime here. And I challenge you to disagree with that. That is the greatest midseason, whatever you want to call it, but it was June 30th. And I remember having a debate years ago, well, is that a trade deadline deal? It was a month before the trade deadline. And that one is more on it's close.
Right.
But June 15th, that's the old trade deadline. That's a month and a half out. So you tell me as a Yankee fan, do you include that as a Brian Cashman trade deadline deal?
Not trade deadline. I acquired as a big mid-season upgrade. So it's a nuanced thing. It's stupid.
It is a nuanced thing. Yeah, I don't include it. But the point is, and really the overall point is, he mostly makes deals. Like, it's not as if Brian Cashman has a reputation for sitting on his hands. That's not what he's done throughout his career running the New York Yankees. Let's go to Steve in White House Station. Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's up, man?
Good.
I wanted to comment on your earlier discussion regarding Caballero and Volpe and McMahon. But first, Evan, I don't know if you listened to all the shows last week, but I solved your vacation assignment of Tiki's to have a protection stat.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Did
you do it? I did do it, but I'm curious if we came up with the same thing. Go ahead.
Okay. But so Caballero, McMahon, and Volpe. One guy you guys didn't mention in that rotation is Rosario. And I think the Yankees' best left side of the infield against any left-handed pitcher is Caballero at short and Rosario at third, and Boone still rarely puts those two guys out there.
That's true.
I think that Ahmed Rosario, if you look at his numbers over the last, I'd say, month and a half, it's kind of gone backwards. Like, he sort of is diminished.
Yeah, he started out as a really good piece.
Yeah, I think he's one of those players who, the more he plays, the more he kind of gets exposed. You know what I mean? So I think he's
maybe.
He's a good piece, but I don't know. Let me see if my numbers back this up because I'm looking right now. Yeah, in June at 213, and so far in July, it's not a big sample size. He's 2 for 17.
Yeah.
So the last 2 months, he's not been a productive player.
Right. But he's still, again, OPS career against left-handed pitches. I think you gotta give him some at bats.
I get you. Look, that's the one thing he does very well. He mashes lefties, but he hasn't hit for 2 months. I think sometimes bench pieces get exposed when they play too much. And I think Ahmed Rosario has been an example of that. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And Carlos Beltran met the media yesterday as he prepares to go into the Hall of Fame, and he had a lot to say about the Met managerial job. Tiki's really good at reading what people mean when they say stuff. So we'll listen to what Carlos had to say about the Met managerial job, and Tiki will tell us, does he want the job moving forward? It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash till the Carton Show at 2.
With the warm months here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Well, now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Is it me, or is Tom Brady starting to tarnish his great legacy? Why do we need to see him all up in the commercials, all up at Fanatics Fest? Now he's going to get involved potentially in WrestleMania. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when Tom Brady was winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. I'd like to remember him like that. What is Tom Brady doing? Don't get involved with any of this other nonsense. I'm Sal Licata.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Odyssey Sports is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Thunderstorms, high 78.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
We spend all year watching the pros make their big plays. But what about your own highlight reel? The Ford Summer Sales Event is on right now with great offers on their legendary truck lineup. You could be hitching jet skis to a Ranger and owning the lake, packing the city-friendly Maverick with supplies for a weekend project, or becoming the MVP of the campground with an F-150 that not only tows a trailer, but powers the entire campsite with its Pro Power onboard. Don't just have a great summer, make it one for the books. Check out the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Tune in to Odyssey Mets Radio on 880 AM. Brought to you by the #1 Westbury Toyota Construction Sale.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
How we doing on this Tuesday in New York City? Apparently the weather's bad. I don't know, Sean. We're in a studio that's covered, so... You want me to open the window and take a quick look?
I mean, you can, but based on what my sources say, not as bad as people are making it out to be. It's not bad, right?
It doesn't look that bad, but apparently the forecast is very bad. My wife just texted me that there was a lightning storm where we live, and they lost power.
Apparently,
disaster.
Bad thunderstorms and like flooding potential, but it looks like it's doing the northern clip, so you're getting more.
So I'm getting it.
It looks like where I am on Long Island, we might really be spared until like 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, the Yankees are scheduled to play a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Today's also like a dark day in media because ESPN and NFL Network are cutting so many people's jobs, some of which, like Carl Ravitch, that was the one that really stunned me. I guess I shouldn't be stunned. It's the nature of this business right now. But Carl Ravitch, and not to take anything away from Tom Pelissero or Ryan Clark, which came out yesterday, but Carl Ravitch was a guy who, when I was a kid, was like the face of Baseball Tonight. When Baseball Tonight was awesome. When Baseball Tonight was the baseball show. And obviously that's changed over the years.
MLB Network now.
MLB Network. Now, look, MLB Network is where you go to watch baseball stuff. I mean, ESPN kind of killed itself with its own programming, to be honest with you.
I mean, we learned who Ken Griffey Jr. was by watching 10 o'clock Baseball Tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And the Baseball Tonight that preceded Sunday Night Baseball, and Sunday Night Baseball was an event. And obviously, just recently, ESPN lost Sunday Night Baseball. But even before that, their baseball coverage was awful.
Dude, Carl Ravitch was the video game voice, too.
That's true. That's a good point. But, yeah, it's a sad day in the industry because a lot of people are losing their jobs. Now, a lot of them are incredibly talented, and they will get other jobs, and you have not heard the last of them. But hearing Carl Ravitch was almost stunning because he's a part of the furniture, as they say.
Yes, he is.
Because when you think of ESPN and what it was, what it is, what it could be someday again, but probably not, he's one of the guys that's always been there.
Yeah, some have called him the Evan Roberts of ESPN.
I don't think anyone has called him that.
You know, you're always here.
I don't think anyone's called him that. Now, real quick, before we get to Carlos Beltran, Tiki Barber gave me an assignment while I was on vacation. He wanted me to create a stat that shows protection in Major League Baseball. And so I'm not going to bore you with the details. And the answer to the question of, well, did you come up with a stat? Sort of. Okay, I sort of came up with a stat.
All right.
I came up with what you're supposed to look at. Okay? Because just saying there's a good player in one's lineup, how does that change your production? That's not necessarily causal. You know what I mean? Like, Cody Bellinger struggles right now. We assume it's because of Aaron Judge. But what if he starts getting red hot right now? Does that mean he doesn't need Aaron Judge? So the only fair way to look at what protection does for you is to see the differences in the pitches that are thrown to you.
Oh.
So in the case of Cody Bellinger, because that's where this came from, like, hey, Cody Bellinger is struggling, specifically since Aaron Judge got hurt. Is it causal? Is it related? Is to look into, is he getting as many fastballs now? Is he getting more off-speed pitches? Is he getting more pitches out of the strike zone? So the stat that needs to be created is not necessarily here's his batting average or here's the affected batting average when Judge is in the lineup versus not in the lineup. It's what it means to the pitches seen by the guys around him. Now, I tried to do that. I tried to see the differences in fastballs thrown to Cody Bellinger prior to Judge's injury and post-Judge injury, and I'm going to be honest with you. I hit a brick wall. It was it was very, I had to go game by game, and that is, listen, man.
Tedious.
Sean, I'm on vacation.
I mean, but this sounds like your dream vacation.
Well, no. I came up with the idea of what needs to be done. Now it's someone else's job to go do it.
Evan, with all due respect.
What?
When others go on vacation, a beach vacation, if you will, Let's just say me and Tiki, for instance. It doesn't even matter that we're happily married. You sit there, you crack open a beer, and people are walking by in scantily clad bathing suits.
Scantily clad? Yes.
Whatever. Bathing suits. We're having a good time. We're watching things go by. You on a beach, I picture you going, what is the fastball spin rate thrown to Cody Bellinger with or without Aaron Judge in front of him?
Believe it or not, some of the stereotypes about me are true, and some of them aren't.
You did 4 Ricos while you were off.
I did 3 Ricos while I was off.
On the All-Star break.
Well, one of them was to wrap up a series, one was a drunken Rico, and one was a response to a game and trade rumors, in fairness.
You did 3 Ricos during a week of no baseball.
I mean, technically
while on vacation.
Look, I brought the horse to the water. Like, here's what you need to look for in a stat to define protection. Now I need the geeks to go do it.
You know what? I'm going to give you credit for something. Because the Evan I know, even as early as 8 months ago, would have said, Sean, I provided all this information. Can you do the work?
I feel like I've given you too much recently. I feel like I've stretched you too thin, including giving you posted and toasted recently. So I would not give you that.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
But that's what I came up with. So I need someone else to do the research. But really what you need to look for is the difference is in pitches that a batter receives when a guy is in the lineup versus not in the lineup. And that will show you what protection means for each individual player.
Yeah.
And that's how you define it.
That makes sense.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I don't remember if that's exactly what Steve said, but Steve's was interesting. Remember we got that call on Friday, I believe. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was similar.
Well, I think that because you know what? Great minds think alike.
Yeah. It was about fastballs that you get.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because I think if you look at just raw stats of the impact of a player when they're in the lineup versus out of the lineup, it may not be causal. It may just be coincidental. It reminds me of that Jose Caballero stat that I attacked a few weeks ago when it showed the Yankees' record with Volpe at short and Caballero at shortstop. And I was very quick to point out that's not really fair. Because Aaron Judge was in the lineup for most of those Volpe games. It's not causal, or Caballero games. It's not causal. Like, it doesn't mean that they're winning because of who's playing shortstop. You know what I mean?
I have worked with Evan now for multiple years, known him around here multiple years.
I've never used the word causal till this segment. I've used it 9 times.
Yeah, listening to you forever. And 4 times in 2 minutes you've used the word causal. Is that something you learned in North Carolina?
Tiki used it a few weeks ago, and I copied it.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, how many times is this guy going to use this word?
Tiki, have you ever used the word causal?
Yes, many times. Many times. I am the in-studio educator here.
Oh, beyond
I should have a PhD at this point.
You really should.
I'm teaching you guys.
Well, here's the thing you need to teach all of us.
Yes.
What Carlos Beltran said yesterday. So Carlos is going to the Hall of Fame this weekend, and he had a media conference call where he was answering questions, a lot of which were very interesting about his career. He was very honest about picking the Mets over the Yankees. And I think this is an underrated aspect of this. I didn't pull the audio. I'll describe it real quick. Basically, he had an interest in going to the Yankees, but the Yankees did not want to offer him a long-term deal. They just were not in the financial position to offer Carlos Beltran a long-term contract. The reason I say that and the reason that's really, really important is George Steinbrenner owned the New York Yankees. So for everyone who likes to talk openly about George would have done this, George would have done that, George Steinbrenner, because of the luxury tax and because of a belief in Bubba Crosby, decided to not offer a long-term contract to Carlos Beltran. The Mets did, and to Carlos's point, I was going to take the long-term deal. And that's what he did.
Right.
So just keep that in the back of your mind the next time we have a George Steinbrenner, Hal Steinbrenner discussion, that Carlos Beltran told you the truth, which is they weren't making me a big-time offer.
Right.
They were not making me an offer. And the reason they didn't was because they were close to the luxury tax. Anyhow, Carlos was asked about the Mets managerial job. And it was a 2-part question. It was, did you think about taking it now? And is that something you want to do in the future? I want you to listen to his entire answer. Carlos talks for a while and tell me the conclusions you draw from this, Carlos Beltran.
You know, I had conversations with, few people within the organization. And I don't know, I just didn't feel it was the right thing for me to do, and I have to tell you that, having the opportunity to manage, I would say that's probably is in my bucket list. But now I work as an advisor to the organization, and I love the work that I do because it gives me the opportunity to be around the people that are making important decisions. It allows me to give my perspective on situation, players, strategies, or whatever comes when it's related to winning. So yes, I understand that my name have been mentioned about being a manager and all that, and I'm proud of that. It's kind of like when you, it's kind of similar like when your name come out and they say, "Hey man, you have a chance to become a Hall of Fame." Just the fact that people thought that I could become a Hall of Fame, I take that very positively, and just the thought that people can think that I can manage a Major League Ball club, I also take that very positively. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I gotta think deeply about what my next step is going to be.
He said a lot of different things there.
He did, and it's interesting because if you'd asked me, and I was working with the Giants in some capacity with Joe Shane and John Mara, etc., and if I wanted to be a coach, I would give that exact answer. And the reason is because you get fired as a head coach, right? You're depending on other people to do their jobs well. Like Carlos Mendoza, who had, I think, a fantastic first season as the Mets manager, ultimately got fired because his team grossly underperformed. And what could he do about it? So much of it depends on the players that David Stearns gave him, et cetera, et cetera. I think Carlos Beltran is comfortable in an advisory role. And there's something...
He said it was on his bucket list to manage,
I get it. Of course it's on his bucket list, but I don't think it is right now. I don't see him managing. And when the Mets look for their next man, I don't think Carlos Beltran is going to be in that situation.
So there's a couple of things here.
I think he's saying no right now.
Number one, the first thing he did was confirm that the Mets spoke to him about taking the job right now.
Of course.
And I don't think any of us are surprised he didn't take it on a lot of levels. Was it going to be a full-time job? Was it going to be an interim job? He obviously saw the current situation they're in, and he's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, he would have missed the Met-Dodger series this weekend.
No, you're right. I think the challenge, though, when you're a first-time coach or manager, depending on your job, is the situation that you're going into.
Sure.
I think in the NFL, it's different because if you get one and you just suck at it, and it's, again, not all your fault, you just suck at it, you're not getting another shot. In baseball, you can be bad and maybe get another shot. But I think he's going to, and he has the reputation to wait for it. He doesn't have to do this right now. Some of these other coaches, like, this is my one opportunity. I'm not going to get another one down the line. I have to do it right now. I don't think Carlos Beltran feels that that's his situation. So, and he's in a good place right now.
Back in 2019, when he accepted the Met managerial job, he mentioned when he took the job, this was the only job he was going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was what he said 7 years ago.
Yeah, with the Mets.
With the Mets.
Right.
Now, it's a half-truth because Carlos Beltran interviewed for the Yankees job 2 years earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what I think the reality is based on what he said.
Maybe after having that Yankee interview, then spending time with the Mets and in the role that he's currently in now, it's just different for him.
Well, no, I think it was either of the two jobs. I think Carlos Beltran was either going to be the manager of the Mets or the manager of the Yankees. And I believe, and I'm just listening to what he said, I slightly disagree with you. There was no way he was taking the job right now. He said it's on his bucket list. That means a lot to me. Like, that means he wants to do it. And I think he will only take those two jobs. That's it. I don't think he's managing anywhere else.
You think he's waiting for the Yankees job?
I think he's waiting for either job, and I'll make you this prediction. Carlos Beltran's managing a New York team next year. He just is. Because not only is he a real candidate for the Met job, I'm not making anything up to tell you he was a finalist for the Yankee job that he lost out to Boone. So obviously Cashman likes him.
Yeah, of course. But I also think that for Carlos Beltran, if he's going to be a manager, he wants to do it on a team that he knows he can win with.
Did the 2019 and the 2020 Mets qualify as a team he knew he could win with?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
They weren't stacked. They were decent. They were coming off a decent season in 19, which they blew a lot of games. But
I also feel like that team had forward momentum, and you saw it in the subsequent few years. This Met team, it doesn't have that.
Well, this Met team has 2 young starting pitchers that everybody's high on.
Yeah.
3 core position players that they're technically building around, and a lot of money.
Yeah.
So while they're not a ready-made product, they're also not like this old, decrepit, they have no future team.
I know.
I think he takes the Met job if the Mets offer it. I really believe, based on A, what he said, and B, not forgetting what happened in 2019, he did take the job initially. But I also want to warn my fellow Met fans. The Yankees are coming. The Yankees are a real threat for Carlos Beltran. And I'm not making that up. There's an expiration date on Aaron Boone. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Yankees interviewed him. Right. And he almost got the job in 2017.
That's an interesting prediction. A forward long-term prediction. I'm going to say in this cycle, he's not going to be a manager.
If he doesn't accept the job in this cycle, then I don't think it's going to happen. Because I think, again, I'm just trusting his words from 2019. He was only going to take the Met job. I think that's expanded to the Met and Yankee job. He couldn't say that publicly then,
Right, of course.
because Boone had the job.
And he probably can't even say it now.
And he couldn't say it now, and he wouldn't say it now.
No, of course,
right?
because he currently works for the Mets.
And maybe also the other reason he didn't want to take it in the middle of the season, besides the obvious, is he also in this press conference talked incredibly glowingly about Carlos Mendoza and how close they were.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't want to immediately take a job he got fired on.
Right.
Like, it's a little bit different if he takes the job next November, because now, like, the blood is healed.
Yeah.
Right? He's not replacing Mendy. He's replacing the guy who replaced Mendy.
Right. It was really an executive he works with.
Right. Just like a coworker.
Right.
But I definitely think Beltran is a real candidate for both of these jobs. I think the Mets and the Yankees are included. He also, in this press conference, when talking about his career, talked insanely glowingly about the New York Yankees, about Bernie Williams, about the tradition, about the great opportunity playing for them, even if it was only for 2.5 years. I think this city, this place, means a lot to him.
Yeah, he loves the city. He's not going to go take a job in, I don't know, Cincinnati or something like that.
No, he's not. He's taking the Met or Yankee job. And I know the Yankees don't have an opening right now, but as we all know, if the Yankees don't win, Aaron Boone is always on the hot seat, and enough time will have gone by where it is certainly fair to wonder if Brian Cashman's going to say, screw it, I'm going to make a move. And the other reason, and I don't know if this makes you excited, obviously, Sean, because I think you should be more focused on this year and winning a championship.
Exactly, yes.
But I think the availability of Beltran and maybe the Mets' eagerness to hire him could cause Cashman to be maybe a tad more aggressive in changing managers, especially if he knows the guy he wants to hire is Carlos Beltran. Because time heals wounds.
Yes.
The Yankees interviewed him after the 2017 season, right after he was done playing, and no one knew a damn thing about the cheating scandal, even if you should have. Could you imagine, just imagine, the alternate universe where Beltran got the Yankee job? And 2 years into his job, what comes out? He's the face behind the cheating scandal that kept you guys from going to the World Series? I don't know what would have happened.
Or we beat the Astros in 19 with them.
Or maybe you do. Or maybe you beat the Red Sox in 2018. Like, there's a lot of ways.
That's an interesting alternate history.
There's a lot of ways the alternate history could go. But I also think the cheating scandal, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Sean.
Oh, it would have been.
It's over, man.
It is over.
Now, in 2026, 2027, like, if you're debating the hiring of Carlos Beltran, none of us are bringing up what happened in Houston. We're over it.
We are over it. And I know he wasn't on the 17 team, but the Yankees signing Cole after the 19 season kind of told us we were over it, too.
Well, you also brought in Marwin Gonzalez.
That's right. I forgot about Marwin Gonzalez. Now,
forgot about him.
Evan, I'm going to help you with, like, January sports radio, I guess, at this point.
January sports radio.
Actually, it'd be earlier than that. Boone to the Mets in that scenario?
I've already made that joke.
Not a joke. I'm actually asking. In that scenario in which you presented, do you want Aaron Boone as the Mets manager?
I can't scoff at it only because I do think with Beltran being the exception, Beltran is an exception in this. I would prefer a manager with experience. Like, I think this team needs that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if Boone's personality is what Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor necessarily need.
Boone seemingly had a good relationship with Soto.
Yeah. And I think he'd have a fine relationship with Lindor as well because he's so player-friendly.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, I almost think there needs to be a toughness in that room that I don't know if Boone has. Like, I prefer Alex Cora, if you're asking me to pick between the two. And it's not always just comparing their resumes and saying, well, who did a better job? It's not about that. It's about who do you think fits better in that room. To me, Alex Cora and Carlos Beltran are the two logical choices to be the next manager of the New York Mets. And there's no reason that one of those guys shouldn't be the manager. And the only reason I make an exception on Beltran, even though he doesn't have experience, is the special nature of, I think, the relationship he has with Lindor and the respect that he brings in that room.
Right.
And I have to admit, I know this should have nothing to do with it. There's a lot of unfinished business with him. He was hired to be the manager. And he was fired for unfair reasons.
Yeah.
He should not have been fired. I screamed it on the radio then, and I'll say it 7 years later. The New York Mets and Jeff Wilpon and Brodie Van Wagenen bowed down to the spineless commissioner. And that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because that's Rob Manfred fired Carlos Beltran, as far as I'm concerned. Prove me wrong, Rob. Because I think that's what happened. I think you fired him. I think you called up Jeff Wilpon, who knew he was going to sell the team, and said, nah, you can't.
Don't blame me.
Cheating scandal.
Met fans like me because I announced it.
And you know what Carlos Beltran, I love you. And you know what Carlos Beltran said yesterday? Again, I didn't cut this piece of the audio. He was asked about the Astros cheating scandal, and it bothers him to his core that he was the only name mentioned. He said it numerous times. He's like, I thought everybody was promised anonymity. And my name was the only name brought up.
Yeah.
It pisses him off. And you know who else it pisses off? Me. Because it cost him his job. And it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, and he should have been the manager.
And again, you have no idea what kind of manager he would have been, but it feels like he would have been a good one. And now Met fans are upset about this, only, and you included, you specifically, actually, because you believe that things would be different now than they have been.
It could have been.
And it could have been.
It could have been.
You don't know that.
The alternate history that makes it really challenging is, let's say the Mets showed gumption and didn't fire him. His first season managing the Mets would have been the pandemic year. And that's not the way to begin your managerial career.
No.
Like, I'll admit this for Luis Rojas, who is, of course, now the ridiculed Yankee third base coach. It doesn't seem fair that his seasons of managing occurred in such abnormal times. And so I think Carlos would have been in a very tough spot to begin his career in 2020.
Yeah, especially right off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, that's hard because you know what it's like to be a player, and you know what you would want in a manager, and therefore you'd manage that way. But then everything is so convoluted.
But I'll tell you one other thing real quick to jump back to what Beltran said, because I thought he broke news by saying, yes, I talked to the Mets, didn't name who, about the job this year. That shows, for anyone nervous that David Stearns won't hire him because he only wants a yes-man nerd to be the manager.
The man from Milwaukee.
They're already showing you there's an interest. There's a level of interest in Carlos Beltran managing this team in 2027. Otherwise, why are they talking to him about it?
Yeah, they wouldn't. I think that he has a good relationship with them, obviously, with David Stearns and Steve Cohen. And so they're comfortable with him. He's clearly comfortable working in that front office, so he's comfortable in that situation. So it makes all the sense in the world. But listening to that answer he just gave, it sounds like I would say, if someone asked me, I'd say, I think I'd rather be the executive.
Even though he said it's on my bucket list?
Yeah, but I mean, just because you have a bucket list doesn't mean you got to, forego any other opportunity.
What's on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
I don't know if there is one.
You don't have a bucket list?
I don't know. Working for the Giants.
Well, then you're going to do it someday.
Maybe.
No, you are. If it's on your bucket list, don't you inevitably do it?
Probably.
Can you wait some more time?
Yeah,
before
of course. Yeah.
I don't need that happening now. Jeez. I will come back with your calls, 888-808-1019. Plus, Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho. It is Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash. The Carton Show with Big Mac at 2.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades Plus Vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
John Montone, right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Leased for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
Make it a summer of live PNC Bank Arts Center. On select shows, get 2 lawn tickets for $55 and 4 lawn tickets for $99. And see July 25th, John Mellencamp. July 26th, Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner. July 31st, Motley Crue. Get tickets now while supplies last at pncbankartscenter.com.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with a toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge.
Big props to this team.
Some decisions are a win-win, like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for just $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious, too? Because it is. It's a full breakfast, a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. And that's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on the brands you trust to deliver on the job. Right now, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compound miter saw. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Save even more on what you need to keep the job moving. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/31 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an Odds Boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB Odds Boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
It's grilling season, and if you're still guessing when your food is actually done, it's time for an upgrade, my friends. I've been using the Chef IQ Sense wireless meat thermometer for 2 years now. It connects right to my phone and tells me exactly when my food is done. So you're not standing around guessing anymore. No under or overcooking, no checking every 2 minutes. It just makes grilling so much easier and food so much better. Just go to chefiq.com, use code word Boomer for 40% off site-wide on all products. That's chefiq.com, code word Boomer for 40% off.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Whether you're heading down the shore or planning a family getaway, their expert team can help you find the perfect sedan, coupe, SUV, or convertible. And because luxury should extend beyond the vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Edison is committed to making your shopping experience stress-free. That's one reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving all summer long.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
Training camp is right around the corner, and nobody gets you ready for football season like WFAN.
It's a good variety of coverage.
From roster moves to quarterback questions to the biggest stories in the NFL, our experts have you covered. Get ready for Kickoff 2026 on WFAN.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Rich Paul declaring that there will be no rush on a LeBron James decision. He says the teams in contention have done enough on their pitch side. So no word on whether Adam Silver plans on putting out an NBA season week-to-week schedule to accommodate LeBron's feelings here. So we'll
That's
find out.
funny. So I put a tweet out. It's
kind of crazy.
Earlier today, like, where do you want to see LeBron James sign? Where you want. Not where you think he's going to go or, just what you want. Because selfishly, we all root for something. Whether it's as a Knicks fan wanting him on a certain team to beat them or avoid them. Whether it's Tiki as just a basketball fan saying, hey, I'd be more entertained. Whether it's Sean as a Knicks hater saying, I want him in a place that could damage the Knicks. Whatever it is, we all have our reasons. So I put out the 4 teams that are being talked about. Miami, Cleveland, Golden State, and Philadelphia. What do you think the majority of people, I shouldn't say majority, the plurality of people, did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like Bill Clinton beating Bush and Perot in 92. He didn't get the majority. He got like 42%.
Yeah, right.
What do you think more people want to see him go? If you had to guess. Because I was surprised by the answer.
I'm going to say, I think Cleveland, but I'm going to say Detroit.
But Detroit's not an option.
I thought you said Detroit.
No, I said Miami, Cleveland, Golden State, or Philadelphia.
Oh, Golden State.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised by that. 36%
Because they
of
want to see
people.
him with Steph.
Why?
He's also out of the East.
Okay, so you think that's a Knick fan, hey, I don't want to deal with him, keep him out west?
Can I give Knick fans a little credit for some intelligence for once here?
Okay.
Next year in the Eastern Conference should be about the Knicks taking their bows. It's the first time they're going to go through an Eastern Conference as champions.
Right.
And at least in all of our lifetimes. It's a little piggish to suddenly make the Eastern Conference about LeBron's farewell tour every return and the Knicks' second fiddle. Get him out in the West.
You think anyone's thinking that, though?
I bet you more people are thinking that than you think.
Really?
Yeah, we're in a Knick-obsessed world right now. You want LeBron coming to the East and everything in the Eastern Conference about LeBron?
I thought that as confident as Knick fans are, because I don't want people to get confused, you can still think they're the best team in the East no matter where LeBron goes. but you always scout for, I'd rather him be here, just like during the playoffs when like it was Philly-Boston. We would say, hey, I think the Knicks are going to beat either team, but you have a preference on who you'd rather face. It's just the nature of sports. So it's not about ducking him or being afraid of him, but I would think that your opinion on it would be more based on just what's the easier road for you. And so going to the West and going to Golden State just means you don't have to deal with him. It's 2 regular season games, and it's very unlikely that it's an NBA Finals.
Do you prefer he goes to the East so you get the extra home game to sell?
So it's a great question. I've gone back and forth on this. So I, from the beginning, was like, Cleveland just makes sense.
You're right.
But I'm a fan of the cluster bleep. I'm a fan of the biggest bust factor.
Of chaos.
Of chaos. And the only answer to chaos is the Philadelphia 76ers. It just is.
You're right.
Because I can look at this as the coalition president of Nick haters. And by the way, Al Cintron has lost his mind because Al said the coalition doesn't exist anymore because the Knicks won a title. No, we're stronger now. We hate you even more.
In fact, there's probably more of us.
Yeah, there's more of us now. Like, don't you understand? Like, when the Yankees win, fans aren't just like, oh, we go away now.
You're getting coalition members from Detroit, from Cleveland, Philly.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them now.
Yeah, we actually grew. We had quadrupled our numbers. What are you talking about?
We do Zoom meetings now.
But him going to Philly is the ultimate win-win for me personally, and I'll tell you why. If the Sixers collapse and LeBron becomes the enemy of Philadelphia, we'll all laugh. You know, we'll cook the marshmallows, we'll watch it burn, we'll crack up. It'll be funny.
Actual
hilarious.
marshmallows. Actual marshmallows.
Actually, not my dog marshmallow. Marshmallows, right? It'll be the funnest, most enjoyable thing you can imagine. But let's say it works. Well, if it works, then F the Knicks.
Yeah.
So I don't lose in this situation.
I don't know if I feel dirtier, smarter, or funnier that exact thought has been mine for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Like every part you covered, insert my voice over it. I feel the same exact way.
And it's funny, Spike Eskin, our former boss, made a great point on his radio show in Philadelphia. And I want to repeat it, but give him credit.
Right. What, that Jalen Hurts is gone at the end of the year?
No, it has to do with LeBron.
Oh, okay.
That if you're LeBron James and you go to Miami, no biggie if things don't work out. Like, you've already won 2 championships down there. It'll be a biggie for Giannis, but then again, maybe it won't because Giannis once told us that there's no such thing as failure in sports. So based on that, I guess it wouldn't be a big deal.
There's no failure in sports.
But he's already a legend in Miami. People are always going to love LeBron James in Miami. If he goes to Cleveland, same thing. Like, he's the hometown hero.
Right.
He won a championship. I think if he goes to Golden State, it's just like whatever.
It feels Kevin Durant-ish.
But it's a dynasty. If they don't win, they've already won 1,000,000 times. It is what it is. Philly is the boomer bust place. Philadelphia can make you beloved there for the rest of your life, or you could become the most hated guy this side of J.D. Drew. J.D. Drew because he refused to sign the whole thing. Like, there's more pressure on LeBron if he cares about this. I don't know what he cares about. You mentioned earlier it's probably his family, and that's fine. But in terms of, like, the boomer bust factor of the fan base, Philadelphia is hyperbolic.
You're right. Well, and it actually might get the 76er fan to care more about this team.
Oh, no doubt.
Because they don't trust and believe in the team.
The prices for tickets, Knicks fans, will be much more expensive
No
this
doubt.
season.
It'll be hard to make that trip and take over the arena down there for sure.
You still can. It's just going to be more expensive. That's all. That's all. That's all. So I hope Philly, but according to my poll I put out, 36% want to see him in Golden State, 34% want him in Cleveland, 16% say Philadelphia, and at the bottom, only 14% say Miami. Miami's very boring.
Very boring.
It's like he's already been there, but there's really no like cool history. It's just the Heatles history. Him and Giannis, it's like,
there's no failure in sports.
He started the history.
Yeah.
So in some ways, I mean, if you're in Miami, you probably want to like revisit that or like
of course
reprise that in some way. But it's unlike, I don't know if it'll happen though.
I don't know, man. Like, no part of me getting excited for the NBA season would be like, I have to see LeBron and Giannis play together. I would feel differently about those.
But LeBron and Joel.
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
Like,
yeah.
That would be something.
And Embiid may need that too, by the way.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Embiid and LeBron?
This was a success.
Hey, that would be amazing. So, yeah, I'm rooting for Philadelphia. But that's just me personally. I think most Knicks fans are probably either saying they don't care or they're rooting for Golden State, would be my guess. Anyhow, Sean, we're all hungry, so take care of it.
Moraes in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
And away we go. Cinco de Luncho brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. Now that the All-Star break and Fanatics Fest is cleared out, I'm looking at my little summer calendar the rest of the way, and I realized we're halfway home. We are halfway through the summer.
Don't say that. Why are you hurrying it?
Actually, I'm not. I'm just acknowledging the truth.
Don't say that.
So in my family...
But don't tell us. Don't remind us.
We have come together the rest of the summer and, wrote a list of things we want to do the rest of the summer. But then it inspired me for what the summer has been. And I'm here to simply tell you the 5 things I'm tired of this summer. I want no part of the second half of the summer. All right, here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Weather people constantly claiming we're in a drought. Don't water your lawn. It's raining again today. It rained 50 buckets last week. It doesn't stop raining all summer. And yet these people on TV keep telling us to lighten up on watering your lawns. We're in a drought.
Yeah,
no, we're not.
My grass was yellow for so much of the early part of the summer. It is now very plush and green.
Yeah, no more drought. Enough. And also, the 17 feet of snow you got this winter, put some in reserve, okay? No drought.
Number 4.
The number 4 thing I'm tired of this summer is the Mets. Okay, I mean, even last night, I got to flip over and watch this team still. I'm tired of it. We're done. Move on.
You don't have to. Like,
I
even
do,
on our show today, like, we've talked, what about the Mets have we talked about?
It's not that, Evan.
Like, think about it. What have we talked about with the Mets?
Just Freddy Peralta. His bad start, where he's going to be next year.
We mentioned Freddy Peralta for 3 minutes. The Met discussion, if there's been one today, was about their manager next season Carlos Beltran. So, look, I'm going to watch the games. I'm going to do Ricos. I'm going to be me. But you are no longer, like, forced to have to watch them play baseball.
But I feel prideful in my job and wanting to make sure I just don't completely check out. But I'm tired of it. I am. I'm sorry.
He thinks he's tired of it.
Number 3.
The number 3 thing I'm tired of this summer is fast food places being blamed for diarrhea. Look, grow up. Leave the businesses alone. Don't take them down over some watery poop. I've had it. I really have.
Number 2.
The number 2 thing I'm tired of this summer is wildfire smoke. I saw last night Kevin Gossman is thanking, and I'm glad he is, that the firefighters in Canada were still fighting this thing.
Yeah,
if I get one more wind drift this way that ruins a summer heat wave, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, that's not going to go away soon, anytime soon.
May I ask a dumb question?
Go ahead.
This is my first dumb question of the day, second of the week. We have wildfires in California on a somewhat frequent basis. Mm-hmm. Does that affect the surrounding states out there too, or is this just a Canada Northeast thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Something to do with wind patterns.
I do. We hear about it all the time.
Because it's not like wildfires are exclusive to Canada and we don't have it. Yeah. We have it. Now, granted, it's far away from us.
There was a really bad one like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. All those homes were
in California.
In California.
Yeah, that was when the Rams had the playoff
but
in Arizona.
I think that burned out. I don't know if this one is going to burn out.
It reached like the water and kind of burnt out. So that's the thing. You have to reach the ocean, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I've had it. I had it. All right. And last but not least.
Number 1.
This is unanimous, and I'm not alone with this. The number 1 thing I'm tired of this summer is Danhausen. I have had enough of this goofball. Yesterday, he's unjinxing the Jets. This guy's 15 minutes.
Did he jinx the Jets?
Somebody had a video of him asking him. He's like a pinball machine. You put a quarter, he's ready to jinx somebody. I have had enough of this guy.
It's a good little gimmick.
It is a good little gimmick.
He got his 15 minutes in the non-WWE world.
Tiki, no doubt, he found a little something here. But like anything else in life, I'm done with it.
You know who agrees with you?
Who?
A lot of wrestling fans. Because Danhausen's gimmick is what they call a comedic gimmick in pro wrestling. And the key to the comedic gimmick is to not overuse it, is to use it in doses.
Right.
And it feels like recently...
Yeah, the joke stops being funny.
It's just too much. And I like Danhausen. Like, I didn't love his debut. His debut was pathetic. But after that, they fixed it. And he had a good little run. My youngest loves him. My youngest walks around saying, "You are accursed." So he's a fan of his, and the kids like it. But I think what the WWE and ESPN needs to be careful about is they got to just stop overusing it.
Dude, it's like the Macarena. It will always be a hit when you look back, but enough's enough. I never want to hear it again.
Macarena.
I have another random question. It's not a dumb question. It's more of a random question. And I feel bad asking it. I just want to be clear. Because we mentioned before, I think you were in the restroom real quick, about all the layoffs at ESPN and NFL Network. And it sucks. A lot of good people are losing their jobs.
Tom Palasaro's out. There's a bunch of people that are out.
A part of why they're losing their job is ESPN's takeover of NFL Network. But the other reason they're losing their job is ESPN has made business decisions, which I'm not here to tell you it's wrong because I don't know their books, is that they need Pat McAfee. And they're paying Pat McAfee reportedly $60 million a year.
Wow.
If you're a football player, and you are a former football player, and you were a man's man running back, taking contact.
Yes.
Do you look at this punter and say, are you effing kidding me?
Well,
I'm losing my job because a punter?
He has become a global brand. Like, he is a bona fide star. It's hard not to. Like, ESPN can't let him go. They can't not keep him. So he has to be there. Now, is the number he's making ridiculous, and should be at the expense of a lot of these NFL? Because it feels like it's mostly NFL people.
It's a mix, because Carl Ravitch is gone. Right. You mentioned Tom Pelissero.
He's been there forever. But some of these guys are getting laid off. And it feels like, man, I didn't even get to know them really.
Right.
In their short tenure there with ESPN. So part of it is that. Part of it is Pat McAfee. But a lot of it is the rights for all the things that they're paying for. Right. They have a lot of expenses. And so they're trimming. And I look, I get it. But I can't shade Pat McAfee at all. He's built
I'm not
something
shading
that
Pat McAfee.
Nobody saw coming. It came out of nowhere.
I'm not shading Pat McAfee because he's done nothing wrong. Same with Stephen A. Smith. Like, if they can make as much money as they can, God bless them. It's the people who decide to pay you that you should blame, not them.
Right.
I'm merely asking, is there this masculinity? The punter has become a star?
No, because I don't even look at him as a punter at this stage. I know what his career was as an NFL player, but when I look at him, I don't see that's the Colts punter. I see that's a media star.
Yeah, no, he has become a media star. No doubt about it. Luckily, he's not involved in SummerSlam this year, because they forced him down our throat at WrestleMania. And I thought McAfee was actually great with WWE as a broadcaster. Once they started getting him involved in the product, that was the problem.
Right.
But as an analyst in WWE, right up there with Jesse Ventura and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I mean that.
Well, he does everything, too.
Yeah. He's the opposite on College Game Day. He's completely ruined that show.
Oh, you don't like him on College Game Day?
It's ruined the whole show. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they had a good thing.
They did. It's not the same.
I get you. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Matt is in Florida. What's up, Matt?
Hey, gentlemen. How we doing today?
Well, what's up, dude?
Good. Hey, a couple quick points, if I may. Av, I consider myself an expert in 1990s baseball.
Okay.
And if Beltran and Andrew Jones are Hall of Famers, Bernie Williams has to get in. Bernie Williams was better, in my opinion, than both of them. Better hitter. Just my opinion. Hey, Tiki, you're a smart guy. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Tiki, if you want to be a lawyer, do you learn from a lawyer?
I think you have to get the tricks of the trade from a lawyer, but you learn from your college degrees and your LSATs and all those other good things.
And who teaches those classes? The lawyers. If you want to be a doctor, you learn from a doctor. My point is this. I don't know nothing about Stearns. I haven't Googled him. Just listening to him talk, my guess is he hadn't played baseball beyond 12 years old. How the hell? No, seriously, I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
How do you put a guy making $1 million? I make a tenth of that, okay, who never played? I just... It's my version of DEI. I don't understand why owners hire these people in these positions, and yet they never did what they're.
But Matt, in fairness, Theo Epstein never played.
Yeah,
like he's considered the modern day Branch Rickey. By the way, I'm not sure how much. I think Branch played, but that's a long time ago. My point is, Theo Epstein is widely considered this generation's genius of baseball general managing.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
It's just because he had success and he won championships. And as a result, you trust him to build a championship contender. The circumstances are obviously different. I think year over year, certainly when you start getting decade over decade. But I think David Stearns got his reputation in Milwaukee. Again, they didn't win a championship, but he built some pretty good Brewers teams with low payrolls and not a ton of revenue. And so when Steve Cohen is looking to hire an executive, he wants someone who's smart like that and can do it unconventionally. And so he trusts him and probably blindly trusts him. I don't think it has anything to do with him playing. I think some of the best executives in all sports, they didn't play, but they love the game and they analyze the game in a different way. So it's why I think a lot of Met fans keep calling for David Stearns to hire a GM that can help him or at least talk through some of the issues that we now as fans criticize him about.
Right.
Because if you had, again, Carlos Beltran's a perfect example because he's actually in the organization right now. Why is he not running some of these things by Carlos Beltran?
Right.
And by
the way, he could be the next general manager.
Maybe he is, and he could be the next general GM. Maybe that's why Carlos Beltran is on the fence. All right, we got 2 roles for you, David Stern says.
I wonder what you'd rather do.
GM or manage?
Like, if you're given the choice in this modern sport where, okay, you're the GM, you don't have to travel the same amount, you're not on the field, but you're also working for David Stearns. Yeah. Like, how much autonomy do you really have? If you're the manager, you get to put that jersey on. Right. You get to be on the field. You get to hit fungos. You get to be with the guys. I would assume that the former player would rather do that. But look, to Matt's point, I get it. I understand because I think that's something a lot of us think at times. Like, what does he know?
Right.
But this is baseball in 2026, and there's a lot of successful people like Andrew Friedman who never played. And they're considered great at the job. Right. So it's not like universal to, well, the geeks all suck. Because that's not true.
No, some of them are good. And you don't necessarily have to play the game. But if you love the game and you understand it without having put on a uniform and you're good at it, then you're going to have a job. It's just as simple as that. Your reputation means more sometimes than being a former player.
More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. A lot of opinions on LeBron James, Jazz Chisholm's future with the New York Yankees, and really, where the Yankees go from here over the next 2 weeks. They got a victory last night, but moves are a-coming. What will they be, and does it include Tarek Skubal? More on that coming up. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash until 2 this afternoon.
And this portion of the program, sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
If the New York Yankees are to close the gap on the Los Angeles Dodgers, they need to think big. Big as in not just Tarek Skubal, but also Mason Miller. Well, how could that happen? How could you get 2 guys of that caliber? Here's how. 1, you give up prospects to get Skubal. 2, you take on a bad contract in Xander Bogaerts to bring back Mason Miller. But those are the type of moves that need to be done. I'm Sal Licata.
Hearing loss makes it hard to stay connected over the phone. Now, a new caption telephone, CapTel, shows captions of everything a caller says. It's like closed captions for TV, but for phone calls. It's helping people nationwide reconnect to family and friends. Best of all, CapTel is available at no cost to people with hearing loss. Shipping and installation are free. Struggling with hearing loss? Call now to see if you qualify for a no-cost CapTel phone. Call 800-375-1175. That's 800-375-1175.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
At NYU Langone Health,
we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation in times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
The Make This the Summer event is happening right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees. But hurry, before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk Sports After Hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I mentioned before that we are less than 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, and we know the Yankees are going to be active. And we talked at the top of the show on the importance of Jazz Chisholm being on this team through the trade deadline, the complications of adding Luis Ariz and where he would play. And one name we didn't mention at all on this show today is Tarek Skubal. And the reason his name hasn't been brought up is because to a lot of Yankee fans, it's just not needed. They have a pretty good rotation. Max Fried is on rehab assignment. He should be back relatively soon. He's going to be stretched out to 60 pitches in his next start. And so with Garrett Cole looking great and Cam Schlittler, despite his last start being mediocre, having a great year, there's the perception that they don't need him.
Yeah.
Now, my opinion, Tiki, has been even if you don't need something in the moment, if you have a chance to acquire the best pitcher in baseball or one of the best pitchers in baseball, I'm doing it. I'm going for it. You can never have enough pitching, and your strength can become a super strength. So I'd be interested in Tarek Skubal, but the news I present to you comes from the baseball guy we all trust the most, Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan put together a big board of all the different trade candidates and the percentages of that guy being traded. Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers, despite where Detroit resides in the standings, because I think of the other reason that the discussion around Skubal's gone away a little bit is the fact that Detroit is 6.5 games out of first place. Like, they're not buried. No. 4 games out of a wild card spot.
They're under 500 by a few games, but they're not out of it completely.
Well, according to Jeff Passan, he says there is a 60% chance that Detroit will trade him. So there is a better than 50-50 shot that the best pitcher in baseball will be moved. And I will say it again, despite it not being their number one need, if you have a chance to get Tarek Skubal, you explore all options and you go for it. Doesn't matter how good Garrett Cole looks. Doesn't matter how healthy you think Max Fried is, because you, A, never have enough pitching, and B, you could turn your strength into a super strength. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Well, if you have a chance to get a big guy like Mason Miller on the back end, and those are kind of close to the same prospects, you would do that.
Well, I would only say that because Mason Miller is team control. That Skubal's a rental. I acknowledge that. But I would rather, if you ask me, despite the concerns in the Yankee bullpen, would I rather have an ace lockdown pitcher who's the best pitcher in baseball or a top-notch closer? I think I'm still saying the starter.
All right. How about this? Instead of going package for package, let's say you need...
You can't compete with me on that.
I bend the knee, sir. 5, let's say your top 5 prospects have to go for Tarek Skubal, right? But to get Hunter Goodman, you need 2 of those prospects. You cannot get Goodman if you've made that trade for Skubal. That's a young catcher under team control that hits a ton of home runs. You wouldn't rather do that and trade less prospects?
I would, because Goodman will be on my team for the next 2 years.
Okay, so there's another example.
Yeah, but Goodman's not available. Like, we keep saying it as if it's true. The same with Mason Miller. Like, these guys don't have to be traded. Tarek Skubal's a free agent at the end of the year. So, yeah, when you bring up, well, what about the Goodman package? What about the Miller package? I'm just predicting to you on July 21st, and if I'm wrong, I'll own it. What else is new? I don't think those guys are being traded.
Okay. But, I mean, they're not getting traded until you give them a package worth them being traded for. And if you're giving a package worth giving up for Skubal, why wouldn't I want to give a package worth giving up for a guy under
this
control?
is a fine line that I think Brian Cashman is walking right now, because Max Fried is in a rehab assignment right now. He's going to eventually
next week
be back up with the team, probably available for the Chicago series. I think July 28th. They don't have the starter penciled in yet. It's Cole in the first game of that series, and then Schlittler in the third game of that series. So there's a good chance that Max Fried pitches on July 28th,
which is a week from today, which would jive with tomorrow's rehab assignment.
Right. And so if he does, and he's let's just say back. That's the best way to put it. He's back and he looks good. Then it feels less urgent, because you now have a week. It feels less urgent that you need to go get a Tarek Skubal.
But I don't think trading for Skubal is about urgency. Because to your point, starting pitching is a strength. It's about the opportunity to make something even better.
I agree. But what has been the issue? We've been talking about this for a month and a half. They're not hitting. They need better bats.
Right. And George Lombard might be that better bat they need that they're going to have to give up on a deal for Skubal.
Right. First of all, I think that Lombard and a deal for Skubal is probably the red line Brian Cashman isn't going to jump over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
because
know if
they're desperate for a shortstop as well, or a long-term solution at shortstop.
And it's also a rental. Like, Tarek Skubal is a rental. Mason Miller and Hunter Goodman, because he's fantasizing about him, or Shea Langoliers, they're not rentals. They're controlled for another year or two.
Yes.
But even though, yes, they need offense, I acknowledge that, right? Offense is their biggest problem. If I go into the postseason with a rotation of Skubal and Cole and Schlittler and Fried, and even in a wild card series, I can use 2 of those starting pitchers in one game, like, I feel pretty good about my chances that maybe I can win 2-1 games. Like, I can beat you with my strength.
It just doesn't
being so good.
But it doesn't feel comfortable. I know what you're saying.
You'd have one of the great rotations you could ever assemble, and you're not comfortable?
No, you're right. Because you got to score runs. Like, you get some of these outings, the Garrett Cole's last outing. Yeah, he gave up a home run, and they lost 2-1.
I get you.
And so
more times than not, you're not losing that game, though. You'll lose those games occasionally.
With this lineup right now, the way that the inconsistency of it, you probably are losing those games.
Are they letting them throw 8 innings, all these starters in every playoff game? Probably not either.
Well, when you have such a deep rotation, I just walked you through the wild card series. I got 4 guys for 3 spots. You know what that means? One of my starters is coming in to clean up another game.
Okay.
Think about that scenario.
I am thinking about that
Think
scenario.
about a world in which I start Scooble, he's my guy. Then I got a tag team of Garrett Cole and Max Fried, and I got Cam Schlittler.
And good lineups.
That's freaking murder, bro.
And good lineups will run up those pitch counts, get to the bullpen eventually, in which I'm sure Doval will still be throwing high leverage at that point.
Right.
And then the Yankees haven't scored enough anyway. You need to score runs, Evan.
All right. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Darren in Smithtown. Hey, Darren.
What's up, Darren?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's up?
I want to talk about Chaz a little bit. I know you guys can manipulate the numbers a little bit. You were saying like he's hitting 125 with runners in scoring position, but in high leverage coming through at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But if he hit during the game, you wouldn't have to hit high leverage at the end of the game. The guy's hitting 225. I don't know when that became acceptable, but the guy's horrible. I mean, he's a baby. You got to coddle him. I got a trade that I think would be great for everybody.
Go.
So take Chaz, send him over to New York for Lindor. That takes care of our shortstop and our leadoff. You want to get rid of him at the end of the year, you get rid of him, and then we got second base open to go get it right.
Hold on. Darren, I'm mad at Sean right now. How come you're not freaking out?
How come I'm not freaking out?
How come you're not freaking out? Because yesterday on this show, a caller called up and said, hey, would you trade Lindor in a deal for George Lombard? And I said, I probably would have. And you got mad at me for hesitating.
Yeah.
Our last caller seems like a nice guy. But our last caller suggested the Mets trading Lindor straight up for the free agent to be Jazz Chisholm. How come you didn't freak out and say, what are you...
Jazz Chisholm.
How could you even offer that? How come you're not showing the same anger towards that caller as you did yesterday?
Because one is a fair trade and one's not.
Jazz Chisholm for Francisco Lindor is a fair trade now?
Change of scenery for both. Why not?
He's a free agent at the end of the year.
Steve Cohen owns your team. You make him not a free agent.
Nah, come on, man. No, that's offensive. I'm offended by that trade offer, and I like Jazz Chisholm. Now, back to his point about Jazz. He said some truths, but he mixed in some stuff that's over the top. I don't think he's a baby. That's number one. Number two, 225 is not acceptable. I agree with you. Like, I agree. But I also think when you're assessing a guy's season, you can't say, well, the only reason he needed to be clutch is because he wasn't hitting earlier in the game in the not clutch situations. Like, he's been a clutch performer this year. You can say it. And I think what we heard with our last caller is the definition of being biased as a fan. Yeah. He doesn't like Jazz Chisholm, which is okay. And so he took everything he does and says it's bad. He's clutch only because he needs to be clutch because he's not good earlier in games. That is like finding a reason to be mad at something that's good.
Well, I mean, but if you really want to look at it, over the last month or so, or half a month, he's actually been the Jazz Chisholm that you would have expected. Like his numbers in the last week are outstanding. Last half a month, it's he's hitting 250 and he's had a few home runs. But the question is, what's he going to be for the rest of the season? Like, where is he mentally, or not even mentally, like skill-wise, where is he right now? And if he's ascending, then the last thing you want to do is move off of him at this critical moment for this Yankee team who need to sustain their place in the American League East and maybe catch the Rays, who won a game last night. Boston's right on their heels. So it's like, you don't want to get rid of a good player if he's coming out of whatever was plaguing him for the last 2 months.
Willie in Howard Beach. What's up, Willie? Willie.
What up, Willie?
Willie going once. Willie is sold. Let's go to Val in the Bronx. Hey, Val.
Hey, Val.
Rico Roberts.
Yo.
Tiki, the living legend barber. And Mr. Moore, Yankees, Moore Rash. What's going on, gentlemen?
All's well.
What is up?
I wanted to chime in on that LeBron conversation and flip it a little bit.
Yes.
You were saying where Knicks fans want him to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you where I most do not want him to go. The place that I would prefer that he does not end up.
Go ahead.
And I'll tell you why. The place is Miami. And it has nothing to do with LeBron necessarily as a talent. But in the current situation that Riley has right now, his job is extremely difficult. He's got big money in the books, and he's trying to figure out how to fill the rest of that roster. If LeBron goes to Miami, that makes his job easier. He's got a high-level talent at a low number and somebody with those other two names who can attract other talent cheap. And I don't want Riley's job to be easy right now.
That's an interesting perspective on it. Because, like, I think, yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're right about that.
The reason Miami doesn't jump out at me is even by signing LeBron, they brought in Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Davion Mitchell. They got Andrew Wiggins still on this roster. But it's not a very deep team after Bam, Giannis, and a 41-year-old LeBron James. It just doesn't feel like a deep enough roster. So on the surface, if I put my lens on as a Knicks fan, I become a Knicks fan and say, all right, let's just be real. Who poses the biggest threat to me?
Yeah.
I think, the answer is Philadelphia because of the diabolical nature of how good they can be if Joel Embiid, and by the way, they don't even need Joel Embiid to stay on the floor with Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Like, that's a loaded roster. So I think Philadelphia is clearly number one, but the other team that I would put above Miami is Cleveland. Because I look at Cleveland and what happened in the Eastern Conference Finals and the soft nature of this roster over the last few years, and you look at them and say, what can they do to change things? They really can't do a lot. But adding an all-time great player, a guy who no matter what you say about him knows how to win, he feels like the ingredient that could take a team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year and maybe instead of blowing a huge lead in game one, things play out differently. So if I had to rank it among the Eastern Conference teams, and they all pose different threats to the Knicks, different levels of threat, I think it would be Philly, Cleveland, and then Miami. And I become a Knicks fan.
You're not going to become. No, he's already a Knicks fan.
I'm not a Knicks fan. I become a Knicks fan. All I said was I'm putting the lens on, the glasses of a Knicks fan to be unbiased.
Yeah.
I try to be unbiased sometimes.
No, I think he's interesting. He's right about Miami. I didn't think of that avenue, that those players who are going to sign for whatever they need to get on a team are going to want to go play with LeBron James. Now, but I think you're right. It kind of makes them feel similar, interestingly, to the Lakers a year ago. They're a good team. They're going to win games. They're going to be a top 4 or 5 seed in the East if he goes to Miami. But are they deep enough to do damage in the postseason? And it always felt like Miami was, and the Lakers were good, but not good enough. It's almost what Miami would be with LeBron James. And you have some good players, you're right, but he's not playing 48 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no failure in sports.
Giannis is not going to be. He's a great player, but is he playing the entire game? And so I feel like Miami is the exciting place for him to go because of what we talked about before when he started the Heedle things that won them a couple championships. But from a story standpoint, a story arc, and I honestly believe that that's important to LeBron. I think that's why it's taken so long. Like what the story sounds like is important to him. And it's why I feel like Cleveland makes the most sense.
It's always made the most sense, and I really think the holdup on him not going back to Cleveland is that a part of him wants to probably play golf in South Florida.
He doesn't want to.
Family probably doesn't want to live there.
Doesn't want to live in Cleveland.
Yeah, which I understand.
Right, especially in the winter.
But then again, if your family doesn't want to live in Cleveland, why the hell would you want to live in Philadelphia? Why do you want to live in South Jersey?
Yeah, because it's Philly. It's just
what does that mean?
It's an intense sports town. And maybe with Maxey and Bede, maybe you feel like you got a chance. Edgecombe, maybe you got a chance to win.
And Cape May's nice. You live in
Of course, Cape May is beautiful.
Let's go to Pete in Queens. What's up, Pete?
Hey, what's going on? Just real quickly with the LeBron thing, to me, I feel like if he goes to Cleveland, that's like the one place where he could lose and still kind of win in the sense that, like, it to your point, it tells that
right.
story arc that I feel like, that doesn't really require a championship for them for that to end on a high note.
Right,
but,
he'll have a great send-off. The farewell tour will be outstanding.
Yes. But speaking of farewell tours, the Posted and Toasted song, which I had the wonderful experience of being able to create for you guys, I noticed is potentially becoming out of date if Sean is going to be the one who's actually finding the tweets.
Good observation there, Pete.
Yeah, well, it's ironic. You observe a lot of things when you're the person who wrote the song. But I was thinking about it, like, it's the situation where, like, does this song actually need to change? Like, even if Sean's finding the tweets, like, does the legacy and the history of those 10 seconds, like, is it kind of ingrained in
yes.
in this,
Pete, I'll tell you something else. And first of all, we cannot thank you enough for writing that beautiful song that we play every Tuesday at 11:30. But I know something that I think Sean knows, and I'm pretty sure Tiki knows. Even if we play this game of Sean's finding the tweets, it's not going to last.
Then why'd you have me do it today?
Because at the end of the day, at some point, you're going to look at me, not today, not even next week, maybe not even this year, and you're going to say, Evan, don't you think I have enough on our plate?
Can
you find the tweets, Ev?
Yeah.
No, I resent that.
Can you connect me with Dan, please?
Yeah, this is where this is screwed up. Because, Evan, you know me by now. You know I like to complain about a lot of work. Do you notice why I'm not complaining about the Posted and Toasted?
Because you like it?
It's not that I like it. Because I realized this whole time while I thought you were doing a lot of work, it's really not that much work at all.
Oh, I disagree. Dude,
you think of a theme, you search the word in somebody's mentions, and you find a couple tweets.
See, I have not had that kind of success. Like, my work on finding old tweets has been a lot.
But you tend to overthink more than I do.
You're overthinking what your theme is going to be.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's you.
If I don't find something, I find something.
That's why you're good at it, because you're overthinking it. And so you're over-prepared for it.
While I was on vacation, I found a bunch of Posted and Toasted. So there's been a part of me being like, damn, if Sean takes this over forever, am I ever going to be able to use these really cool Posted and Toasteds that I found?
You do it next week.
Then it's a cheat code for you playing the game with me.
Because I've already seen some of them potentially?
You just, in your mind, you have how people tweet.
Also,
that's why you dominated me today.
We live in a world where it's either or all the time. How about we just alternate weeks? I did it this week. You do it next week. I do it the week
That's
after.
a fair idea. By the way, this is a perfect time to announce another new game that's actually going to begin tomorrow. A brand new game starts tomorrow. Now, working title is called the Tiki Time Machine. In fact, we already have audio for it, but my son has been coming to work the last few days and even before that, weeks ago, because we have been combing the WFAN archives. And in this brand new segment, there'll be a major New York sports story, and Tiki will guess the opinions of the former and current WFAN hosts. So, for example, in the debut edition of the Tiki Time Machine tomorrow at 11:30, you're going to guess the opinions on the hiring of Aaron Boone.
Ooh.
All right?
Who said what back in the day? Tiki's gonna guess it anyway. Evan Pomp was Boomer Man, was Mike falling asleep or really sad? Roll the tape, don't make him wait. He's guessing every frozen take, right or wrong. It's all good fun. Tiki's Time Machine has begun. Guessing old fan opinions.
I love the tune.
Do you?
It feels like an old school game show. I love that.
I must say, not a fan of who wrote that, because including Mike falling asleep was like a low blow. Did you do that, Sean?
No, I didn't do it.
That was very...
Evan did it.
I didn't do it. I did.
Evan, Mike, if you're listening out there, I know you just sold your home. Evan did that.
I would never do that to Mike. Are you kidding me? That wasn't me. It was whoever wrote that song. But yeah, tomorrow, the beginning of the Tiki Time Machine, we'll see if it's fun. Like, it's the one thing I've understood.
Because there's a lot of things that we need to revisit.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, think about every sports story of the last 15, 20 years.
Because it's easier to archive it for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's interesting to see what we said. So tomorrow, you will hear, and I'll tell you who was on the air at the time, all the daytime parts. It was the awkward period between Craig and Gio.
Yeah.
So it was actually Boomer and Jerry Recco. It was Joe and I in middays, and it was Mike Francesa in the afternoons. So you will guess the opinions on those 5 people on the hiring of Aaron Boone.
Okay.
Boomer Esiason, Jerry Recco, Joe B., myself, and yes, the great and immortal Mike Francesa. So are you excited?
I am excited.
All right, good. Very excited.
I felt violated.
Because I know how everybody feels now.
That is true.
Now, has it changed in the last 9 years, almost decade?
It's right in front of us.
We'll find out tomorrow. More of your calls next. Evan and Tiki at 888-808-1019.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. Pat Will here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Red Sox in the O's tonight in Boston, and I'm jumping on the gravy train. The Sox have won 14 games in a row, and their lineup continues to mash. In the month of July, Boston's offense is top 10 in runs scored, batting average, OPS, and stolen bases. But it's their pitching that really takes the cake. Number 1 in all of baseball in ERA in July. Let's see how historic of a run this will be. Red Sox on the money line as a small favorite. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter or beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on us. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
This summer, luxury comes in threes. 3 premier destinations: Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 reasons to drive Mercedes-Benz: the versatile GLC, the refined GLE, and the Ray Cattina Experience, where the customer always comes first. Wherever summer takes you, discover luxury SUVs built for every journey. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Cattina of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, or go to RayCattinaMercedes.com. 3 locations, triple luxury, 1 unforgettable summer.
The summer is here and it is hot. If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, you got to think again. Sloman's is here to change the game with their super savings sale. They're offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R454B systems, expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, you get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive 5-year service plan that includes annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing all of Long Island and Queens, you can call the team at Sloman's today, 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But you got to hurry, these cool savings aren't going to last. So don't miss out. Call 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. That's ac.slomans.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
The Yankees and Pirates play ball. 7:05 tonight.
That baby's gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Weather permitting in the Bronx tonight. It's Game 2 of the Yankees and Pirates series at 7:05 p.m. And a game that can be heard right here on The Fan. It would be Bubba Chandler and Will Warren on the bump. But I say weather permitting because the storms that are coming to this area look like they'll be nasty. However, they do feel very isolated and spread out. It feels like not everybody is going to get the same kind of storms. So we'll see what happens in the Bronx.
You'll play.
And at 7, yeah, I mean, Evan, of course, everybody plays in floods. At 7:40, in a battle of former Mets prospect Brandon Sproat and flavor of the month, young Mets starter Zach Thornton. Zach, by the way, with just Z-A-C as his spelling now, will make his first start since changing his name.
Why did he change his name again?
I don't know. And Laura Albanese, who does a great job for Newsday, had an article titled Why He Got Rid of the H. And then I clicked on it, and it was behind the paywall. Now, I have the Newsday paywall, so I was like, I should see it. But for whatever reason, I got logged out of the paywall.
I'm assuming his birth certificate name is Zachary, correct?
I don't know. I don't know. That would probably make the most sense because if you're Zachariah or whatever your actual name is that isn't Zach, then keeping the C or keeping the H is just your nickname.
Right.
So it's not like you're changing your actual name.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It would be like Jet, who's with me, who's spelled J-E-T-T, all of a sudden one day saying, I'm J-E-T.
Right.
I'm getting rid of a T. Like, that wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
But in the case of Zach Thornton, I agree with you. My assumption is that Zach is short for Zachariah. In fact, I'm going to look that
Zachariah?
up.
Or Zachary?
Isn't it Zachariah?
No,
usually?
it's Zachariah in 1840, Evan. It's 2026.
All right, here's the answer.
Yes.
His full name is Zachary Charles Thornton. Z-A-C-H-A-R-Y.
You didn't live in a world where you thought his name was Zachariah, did you?
Zachariah is a real name.
But, like, it's a name from, like, before TVs existed.
It's like a biblical name, it feels like.
Whatever. Point is, I guess that's why he's going from Z-A-C-H to Z-A-C.
Maybe it's just easier for an autograph.
Is it?
Like if you're just, I'm trying to think, how would you sound a Z? Z-A-C-H. It just kind of disrupts it.
Or maybe he's trying to give up less H's.
Is that good one? Go down. Now, is it a little egotistical to give up?
Oh, my God. Took me a minute.
Did egotistical to change your name based on your autograph signing?
Well, that's Tiki's claim, though. That doesn't mean that's why he did it.
Dude, an autograph should look beautiful. It should look pretty, and it's got to flow. And if you got to throw like a up line after the C, it just kind of disrupts the H. Like it might mix with the T a little bit too much, so you can't really tell. But if it's Z-A-C and the C is little, now you have the big T.
I've seen you sign binders full of cards, so I'm going to bend the knee to you.
Have you guys seen the rumors going around that WFAN and a lot of other Odyssey stations are going to be on Sirius XM?
Yeah, this is fantastic new news.
How about
we
that?
just saw this from Kelly Turner, our CEO, that we have signed a distribution agreement with Sirius XM. It'll be Sirius 308.
There's a channel number
Oh,
already?
I didn't see the channel number
It's
attached.
already associated with a channel number, so it's exciting because so more people can hear us wherever you are listening to Sports Talk Radio, and it's a lot of the sports stations here at Odyssey. And so right now you can get us on 1019. You can get us on the free Odyssey app, and soon, beginning right before the football season, early September, you'll be able to get us on Sirius XM as well.
That is crazy.
That's awesome, though. It's fantastic from a just who gets to hear us standpoint.
Yeah, now you can tell people, get serious.
Get serious, right. And if you're in, I don't care where, Dubuque, Iowa, or in Houston, Texas, you can get WFAN wherever you are.
That is crazy. Do you know I used to work for Sirius many, many, many years ago?
I used to work for Sirius as well.
You did too. You did the barber shop.
That's correct.
Now I got another trivia question.
Okay.
I worked for Sirius. You worked for Sirius. What if I told you I also worked for XM when they were separated?
Get out of here, really?
Yes. I think I may be only one of like 5 people who worked for the 2 separate companies before they merged.
Oh, that's interesting.
As rivals. I worked for XM back in 01 and 02 when they first launched.
Yes.
And then Sirius in 05, 06.
I got the Sirius station wrong. It is Sirius 360L.
360L?
That's not a station. It's apparently another version where you can get certain stations.
What do you mean?
All right, I'm going to clear this up so we
Right.
don't confuse anybody. Odyssey is sending a bunch of stations, sports and otherwise, to Sirius. Not all of them will be available on the Sirius platform. Some are app only, or available on a 360L console.
What is that?
I think that's like their version of high def. I think like they have like an extra like boosted box, if you will.
Got it. Whatever it means.
WFAN appears to be on the regular Sirius side of this, not app or 360L only.
Oh, I'm just reading the email that Kelly Turner sent us.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through now. But that's where you got the 360.
Very exciting. So WFAN, amongst other stations, now available on Sirius. So there's a lot of ways.
Vehicles that have 360L.
Yes.
Oh, I got it.
I still don't know what that means, but
I don't know either because I don't pay attention to my car.
Well, I have.
I listen to podcasts in my car.
I have Sirius XM. I've had it for many, many years, probably dating back to the fact I worked at both places. But I have it.
Oh, you pay for it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, does this mean I don't have to?
I get it for free with my new leased cars.
Oh,
and then
nice.
when the subscription runs out, I don't renew it.
So does this mean that now I don't have to pay for Sirius XM? Is that what you're telling me? Because I've been paying for it for like 25 years.
No, you don't have a new car.
Can I get a freebie?
If you get a new car.
Yeah, but we're being aired there.
Oh, right.
Doesn't that mean
because we're now employees?
Well, I don't know if we're employees.
We are now distribution aligned with Sirius that you can get it for free. We can request to get it for free, perhaps.
Oh, I have to make a request?
Probably.
I mean,
you got to ask the architect.
I got to tell you, I've given that
or
company.
The CEO.
First of all, I gave them blood, sweat, and tears for many years.
Yeah, they paid you a lot too.
I wouldn't say they paid me a lot.
They paid you. They paid you when you were 19 years old.
Do you know why I quit Sirius? Because I left on my own. This is one of because not all jobs end that way. I didn't leave on my own from XM. Mm-hmm. They laid me off, so I know what that's like. But from Sirius, I quit. Why? And this is a true story. It's in My Mets Bible, which showed me that you did not read the book. So I was doing a show on Maxim Radio. And no offense to anybody there.
Well, by the way, just as an aside, the beauty of My Mets Bible is you don't have to read the whole thing.
That's a good point.
You just read what you're interested in.
It's a very fair point. You're right about that. So I was doing a show on Maxim Radio, and I lost my smile, as Shawn Michaels would say. I just didn't enjoy the kind of program that they wanted to do. But it was a job, and I was working part-time at the Fan, but certainly not enough to live.
Yeah.
And the Mets in 2006 had a great year. They won the division. And I was talking to my dad, and I was talking to my mom, and I'm like, can I miss a Met playoff run for a job I don't love? Like, can I do that? Will I be able to live with myself?
You are so committed.
And I said, I can't do it. So I wrote a letter of resignation. I was like,
so committed to your fandom.
I give you 2 weeks notice. My 2 weeks notice started on like September 10th. I was like, I give you 2 weeks, and then I'm done. And I quit. And then I watched the Met playoff run, which ended with Carlos Beltran striking out Milwaukee. But yeah.
And it was worth it.
I mean, it ended up being worth it because a few months later, I started working full-time here.
Yeah.
So I was able to get another full-time job. I think if I didn't, it probably wouldn't have been worth it because eventually you got to pay the bills. I had saved up enough money to where I had a few months of a nest egg, but it wasn't going to last forever. So was it worth it? I mean, ultimately it turned out to be worth it, but the Mets could have made it more worth it. Like they could have won the World Series.
Right.
That would have been a great end to the story, as opposed to losing on a strikeout to an 82-win team in the 7th game of the NLCS. So anyhow, good to be back. Barbershop for Tiki Barber, Maxim Radio for me, and now we're doing our show.
What was your show called?
What the hell was it called? I think it was just my name and my partner's name.
Right.
Yeah. I worked with a guy named Brian, so I think it was just our names. Anyhow.
We have John Harbaugh audio on the Scatterboo backflip.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, seriously?
He appeared
Let's guess what he said. I think he says nothing, but uses a lot of words. And we're confused by his opinion on the Scatterboo backflip. That's my prediction. Quickly,
I think he says, we'd rather him not put himself in harm's way, but he's a great athlete, and we expect him to be ready for the starting training camp.
All right, set it up, Sean.
All right, he was on the Believe in Giants podcast.
Carl Banks and Bob Popper.
Bob Popper and Carl Banks. So they have just put this clip of audio out for the pod that's dropping. So here we go.
Oh, my reaction when I saw it on my phone?
Yeah.
My reaction was I haven't talked to him yet. I'm going to talk to him, I'm sure. But my reaction was this: dude, at least stick it. You know what I mean? Land the thing if you're going to do it. That was my first reaction. So, but Scat's going to be ready to go. And he's been working super hard. He's really been training like crazy. And his mind is on camp. He's healthy. He's ready to roll. And I can't wait to see him out there at practice.
Yeah, not a chastising.
So I figure I was right. He said nothing.
Yeah.
He made a joke.
Yeah, he made a joke.
And then didn't
he
really say anything.
You know why he can make light of it? Because Scat's fine.
He's
healthy.
The biggest thing he said is that he hasn't spoken to him.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a big deal in his mind if he didn't go out of his way to say, hey, let me give this guy a call so he doesn't do 18 more backflips before training camp.
But I don't think even when he does speak to him, he's going to make a big deal out of it. I think it's just going to be one of those, hey, just be smart. That type of thing.
You pleased with that answer, Sean, from your head coach?
Yes, because again, if you do have an issue with it, don't tell the world you have an issue with it. He's going to speak to him in camp.
Tell him personally.
Tell him personally. That's all. So I feel like John Harbaugh's going to pull him aside and tell him, let's just be a little smarter about our decisions, but don't give the geese some feed right now, as they say.
Don't give the geese some feed. Is that a true?
I think
idiom?
that's an idiom.
Yeah.
Don't feed the geese.
I either one. I don't think it's a. You don't feed geese. They eat grass and then poop it out.
Are you never fed geese bread?
No.
Oh, you go to a lake, you feed them a loaf of wonder.
Why would you do that?
Because it's fun to feed the geese.
What is the idiom you just used? I'm going to ask ChatGPT if it's a real one.
Don't
feed the geese. Feed the geese a real idiom.
And what does it mean?
Here we go. I'm searching it. ChatGPT would never lie.
There's no way it's an idiom because you can't just hear it and know what it means.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an answer. No. Don't feed the geese is not a recognized English idiom. People may literally say don't feed the geese or don't feed the ducks because feeding wild waterfowl is often discouraged in parks, but it doesn't have an established figurative meaning the way expressions like don't poke the bear or don't rock the boat do.
Right. Yes, because don't poke the bear is obvious. You don't want to poke a bear because it will kill you.
This is a real problem because don't feed the geese.
You don't rock the boat because you get water in and it sinks. So it has a literal and a figurative meaning to it. Don't feed the geese has no figurative meaning.
Okay, this is actually a Tommy Lugauer saying, which now I feel guilty even stealing from him. But it's the idea of once you feed the geese, they're not going to leave you alone. So if you feed the geese with the scataboo stuff, then you're just going to get a million more questions asked about it.
So you're creating an idiom on the spot.
Yeah,
you're
well,
a schmuck. There's nothing wrong with creating idioms because I do it all the time. But it's still not a true idiom.
Yeah.
Why not? Because nobody else had it. Now maybe it will be because I said it.
Well, I don't think anybody thinks about feeding the geese because you don't see them all the time. I think feeding the ducks is something that you could turn into an idiom because you feel that like don't feed the ducks because they will come back around.
But so do the geese.
No, really?
Yes.
Dude, most people are scared of geese.
I don't know.
A goose is huge. And
yeah, but a geese is not. It's a couple of them looking for bread.
A geese? You mean a gaggle?
Then what is a geese a thing? Is it just a goose and a gaggle?
It's a goose.
So what is a geese?
It's plural.
But if plural's a gaggle, then there is no geese.
It's a goose and a geese. Like a goose is one goose and a geese are multiple gooses.
But then he's saying that's a gaggle.
I don't know what a gaggle is.
I think a gaggle is like half a dozen. I forget
what
an exact number?
A gaggle is like an actual number. I can't remember what it is.
A gaggle is the collective noun most commonly used for a group of geese when they're on the ground or in the water. A gaggle is a group of geese on land or in the water.
Where else would they be? The air? Then they're geese?
Yes, they're flying south.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
I'm very confused.
I think the gaggle is a number, though. I don't know what it actually is, though.
Let's go to Jim in New Hyde Park. Hey, Jim.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me on.
What's up?
I wanted to bring up a trade for the Yankees.
Let's hear it.
I'd rather go with Joe Ryan and the catcher Jeffers and get Miller.
Yeah.
And then Brian Cashman can plug in whatever he wants after that.
Apparently, and Joe Ryan's coming off this horrible start, not that would scare me, but apparently the Minnesota Twins are not planning on trading Joe Ryan, who they have an option on in 2027. But I think it's the combination of Minnesota being in it versus maybe the hope that they want to keep him long term.
Yeah.
But I had read the other day they're just not that interested in trading him. Now, that doesn't mean it's the end-all be-all. Like, they still may, because the Twins have a few pieces that would fit contending teams. Byron Buxton, Ryan Jeffers, who we talked about, the catcher, Joe Ryan.
Buxton said he didn't want to be anywhere else.
He's got a no trade.
He's got a no trade.
Royce Lewis is another one. But, yeah, it doesn't sound as of right now Joe Ryan's going to be on the move.
A gaggle is a collection of 5 or more geese.
So you were right.
Okay.
You were right. You never doubt Tiki Barber, but doubt Sean Morad.
Yes. Put a gaggle order on me.
Ross in Bergen County. Hey, Ross.
Hey, Ross. What's up?
Evan Tiki. How's it going, guys?
All's well.
Good.
So I got a little trouble understanding now because I think like the consensus when people talk about the big 3 markets in sports, the blue collars, it's us, Boston, and Philly, right? And funny enough, those are the 3 cities that have fired managers mid-season this year. And you have 3 different scenarios, right? Philly, a near immediate success with an external candidate in Donnie Baseball. Boston, a lot of people, myself included, were staying with Mendoza. Look, Boston did the change too, and nothing happened. So what's really going to happen when you fire Mendy? And now you give him credit 2.5 months later, let's say a legitimate week before the All-Star break, they've done the impossible and paired 14 wins in a row. So my question is, when you look at guys, let's just take 2 and 2, Contreras and Sonny Gray versus Bo Bichette and Freddy Peralta. If you just swap those 2 off-season additions and we get Contreras and Sonny Gray, who's to say those 2 aren't the ones slumping and Bo Bichette and Freddy Peralta are going for MVPs and Cy Young is winning 14 in a row?
So you're saying it's the team. You're saying it's the pitching coach. You're saying it's the manager that's making the difference. I can't, because I've said this all the time about baseball. It's an individual sport played collectively. And so, Freddy Peralta has got Freddy Peralta to blame for his struggles. Who else is he blaming?
I agree. I think it takes too much away from the individual players.
Yes.
Like Wilson Contreras has had a great year. You're telling me just because he put a Met jersey on, he would suck? I just don't buy that. I think we say that a lot, and sometimes we say it as jokes because it's funny and it almost feels real. But no, I think that if the Mets made different decisions during the offseason, and trust me, I'll do like 10 Ricos on this during the offseason. But if they made different decisions, so instead of going the way of Jorge Polanco, they go the way of trading expensively for Wilson Contreras and trading for the exorbitant contract of Sonny Gray, I think the Mets are better.
Yeah.
I think the answer to your question is the Mets are in a pennant race right now.
Yeah, they're just going to perform better.
That'd be my guess. Let's put Zach Thornton in the window seat tonight because, A, he's making his first start ever as Z-A-C. And if he has a great long career, Zach with an H will be the answer to a trivia question, just like it was for Peter Alonso. I'll never forget when Peter Alonso decided to announce
he was going by Peter?
He was Peter Alonso as a prospect, yes.
That just doesn't sound right.
I know it doesn't. And someday, Z-A-C-H Thornton won't sound right, hopefully. So you're in the window seat, Zach with a C. Windorama, save up to 40% on new windows and doors. Before you blink, Tiki and I will be right back.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Listen weekdays to Evan and Tiki for the Call of the Day. Brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Lease for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Oh, hey, how was your vacation on MSC Cruises?
It wasn't just a vacation. It was a...
holiday. What's the difference?
It's a... holiday. Because there's European style and American comfort.
Does that happen every time you say that?
I don't know. But on... holiday, there's fresh made pasta, and you can cheer on your favorite team at the sports bar.
No, I want to go on.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises. Plus, get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Take
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power. And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer. For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
This hour is brought to you by Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. The business card that gives back all you put in.
The road to kickoff 2026 starts now. From off-season moves to position battles and the biggest storylines surrounding the Giants and Jets, WFAN is getting you ready for football season. Expert analysis, breaking news, insider insight. Football lives here. WFAN.
How we doing on this fine Tuesday in the middle of July? I keep getting warnings that there's hail warnings, there's tornado warnings. So the weather is frightful outside, so be careful. If you're on the roads, be careful. My guess is there'll be no Yankee game tonight. I guess I flip-flopped on that, Sean.
Yeah,
so,
I was waiting for the rain because I have tickets to the game, and I'm going.
You going to tonight's Yankee game?
Taking my father-in-law and
Wow.
me and Tracy and her father are going. And I'm just like, am I going to this game or not?
The question the Yankees have to answer tonight is there legitimately looks like there could be a window from 9 o'clock on in the Bronx.
Oh, I'm not going if it's a 9 o'clock start.
But at the
No
same
chance.
time, if the storms are as bad as they're expecting around drive time tonight, and we saw some of that flooding last week, can you ask a bunch of people to get in the car and drive to Yankee Stadium?
No, and I'll tell you why they shouldn't. And it's very, very easy. So the Yankees and the Pirates have an off day on Thursday. So instead of even just committing to a doubleheader tomorrow.
Right. Which would be fine because they already have a day game.
Correct. And the Thursday off day is great because the Yankee trip that they're about to go on takes them to Philadelphia Friday night.
You know what?
That's nice.
Yeah, Thursday, 1 o'clock. Let's do it.
That's fine. But let me finish the point because you're just being selfish because you want the show to end earlier. The Pirates are in Pittsburgh. So it's not like either of these teams are going out west or they're going on a long trip. So if they can tonight's game, which they should, just for the reasons you gave on the commute issues that people would have and the uncertainty, you can either go doubleheader tomorrow. You can certainly do that. Or if you want to kind of keep the essence of one day, one game, you could play Thursday.
You know what? And with Pittsburgh's a little further, I'd even do 12:30 Thursday, be honest.
You're just talking only about getting off the radio earlier.
Do they do morning games?
Oh, my God.
You know what? I think a 10:30 first pitch.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be great. We'll throw it on Roku.
Right.
You guys are something else. Don't you like the job that we have?
Of course
we do.
But you're asking for off days.
But it's the summer.
I don't care if you have the best job in the world.
And unlike you, we're on vacation all last month.
Hey, we
Sean
worked
and I
Sunday.
worked 7 days a week last week.
Yeah, but let's not act like you guys don't take vacation in the summer.
I mean, I kind of haven't.
Well, Tiki hasn't.
Well, you haven't taken vacation in the summer?
I've taken days off because I had to go to Indy.
That's true.
I had
Every
to go
time he takes a
do,
day off, he's working something else.
I had to go do the Weakest Link. Like, I've done a lot, but I'm only taking a day.
I do want to bring something up.
But
Now
at
that
the end of the summer, I go for a while.
Sure. You just alluded to something, and I noticed this while I was away, and I do want to address it because I don't know the truth. I don't. But I noticed something very funny. So Sean, a couple of weeks ago, went to California to do an event for the company.
For the Hawk.
For the Hawk.
Yes.
Which
The
is a
new
show.
Netflix series.
It was on
Streaming now on Netflix.
Okay, you did your commercial. That's great. Will Farrell, he did interviews. It was great. Apparently, Tiki was going to do the event. Something came up, so Sean
had
stepped
to
up
do
and
pups and pros.
Okay, totally makes sense. All good. That was my understanding.
Yes.
It all makes sense. Check it
Sean
out.
was already off that week, though.
Right. So Sean took an off day and did this favor for the company. All good. Tiki couldn't do it. Sean did it. Everybody's happy.
And Sean was great at it. Well done, Sean.
Thank you, Tiki.
Two separate hosts at this radio station came on the radio and said they were offered the gig prior to Sean. Now, I don't know if it was before you. I can't speak on that. My assumption is you were offered it first. But both guys went out of their way. It's almost like they were bothered by Sean doing it, but they both went out of their way to say, I was offered it first. And do you know who those two guys are?
No.
I love both of these guys, by the way. I just have to bring it up.
Gio and Boomer?
Joe and Boomer?
Gio and Boomer.
Yeah.
Gio and Boomer. Gio is correct. He's one of them.
Yeah.
It was not Boomer Esiason.
No, I know the other one. Because Sales has come to me and told me the other one, big fat liar.
Really? So you're accusing our buddy who's coming up in 10 minutes, Craig Carton, of lying about
He
this?
can produce emails. I don't care. All I know is I didn't care, and I was told by people upstairs, just so you know, and I didn't even hear this, they were not offered this gig.
So Gio and Craig are both not telling the truth? Is that what you're saying?
That is what I was told.
Wow.
And I wouldn't say that if they didn't take time out of their shows to come on and say, well, what are can you believe they sent him out there?
The funny thing for me and Tiki is none of us know the truth, nor do we even care. No. I don't think it's funny.
I could be being lied to.
Sean was good at it.
Yeah, that's it. And by the way, nanny poo poo. You didn't go, and now you know whatever. You're being a hater. Who cares?
Do you think both of those guys went out of their way to hate on you, or were they just wanting to point out that they were offered it before you?
I think that in this world, Sean Morash can't do something without other people feeling like they
were
should
trying
have
to
done
knock him down a peg.
Of course.
That's all that was.
Of course.
We got your back. Look in the mirror, Sean.
That's
you
right.
Are
I
great.
do.
You
damn right.
fantastic at what you do.
I just don't do it naked.
So apparently there's a very short list of people that weren't offered the gig before Sean.
Yeah.
Big Mac. That's pretty much it. Everybody else, come on, please.
Welcome to hell. It was Chris McMonaco. His fat
I
ass.
haven't heard that in a while.
Where is Big Mac? Is he on vacation? I haven't seen him either.
Yeah, Zach Gelbin today with Craig Carton.
Zach Gelbin with Craig. Very
Yes.
nice.
He was also offered the chance to go out there.
By the way, it's true. He was offered the chance. That's funny. Anyhow, let's go to Josh in Boonton, New Jersey. What's up, Josh?
Hey, guys. So I'm a huge Mets and Knicks fan, and I hope that I'm not saying I hope the Mets trade Lindor, because I enjoy watching him play when he's good, and I don't think him being good is gone. I think he can turn around. I think, the hand injury is a lot worse, and I think it's bothering him. I remember when he first got it, you guys were all talking about it takes a while for power to come back.
Yeah.
And, when the lineup isn't consistent, it's impossible. You can't have consistency without consistency. Him and Soto are never playing together. So I'm hoping that if they do end up trading him, it's kind of like the Randall trade, where we were one piece away, and then we get our Karl Anthony Towns.
It's an interesting way to look at it. I don't know if there is a Julius Randle, Karl Anthony Towns trade available. And I'll get into more detail, obviously, as the days and weeks go on. But I think those on the side of, you must trade Lindor, Boomer, I just think you're going to end up on the wrong side of history. I really do. I think there's going to be a day we look back at these clips and say, wow, can you believe that Met fans were so quick to want to trade Francisco Lindor?
But do Met fans really want to trade him?
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Not all of them. I'm not one of them.
Nah, I wouldn't. If I was a Met fan, I wouldn't.
But I think those that are screaming about it, they're going to end up on the wrong side of history. Carton Show coming up next. We're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you missed any of the program, rewind on the free Odyssey app. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The NFL